Oh, come on!
Or does he need to? Hello, good evening, and welcome to Poca, West Virginia for another evening of high school football action in the Mountain State of West Virginia. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you with us here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. And we've got ourselves a top 10 matchup here in Poca this evening between the number 1 Poca Dots and the visiting number 9 Scott Skyhawks. Poca comes into tonight undefeated on the year, 6-0. Scott 5-2 in the first year for head coach Jeremy Dolan. Will, Scott on a nice rebound after winning just 4 games in the previous, or 3 games, I believe it was in the previous 4 years. So a nice turnaround for this Skyhawk program here in year 1 for him.
Yeah, Dolan's really done a good job of coming in and immediately making an impact on this team. Coming right in, team got some a little bit of facility upgrades. Kind of get players more, invested in it. And obviously he's come in and really changed coach with this team. More wins in the past 3 years combined. One of those guys who kind of worked his way up from Little League to middle school to now here at Scott High School, really making a difference and leading this team hopefully to his first playoff bid in quite a few years.
This team already on track to be above 500 for the first time since 2014. So this is a Scott Skyhawk team that is, again, as we mentioned, on the uprise after a 2-7 season last year in the middle of COVID. And it starts with one of their tailbacks. I mean, really, it's a ground attack for the Skyhawks, but their junior tailback, Cooper Martin, is the guy that totes the pill often, and you will hear his name quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, Martin averaging over 100 yards per game, over 5 yards per carry, really starts things for them on offense. Not the only one getting involved there running the ball, but certainly the impetus of the running attack, 75 more carries than the next most on the team. And
the guy the next most on the team is the senior Landon Stone. He's touched the ball a total of 78 times between receptions and rushes, and he's averaging almost 100 yards of total offense on the season as well per game. And he's at there 9 total touchdowns, matches Cooper Martin's total of 9 rushing touchdowns. So it's really a two-headed monster. But you also have to worry about that sophomore quarterback, Matt Fry, as well.
Yeah, Fry, definitely someone who can carry the ball so far over 100 yards, split up, so not necessarily a primary rushing target, but certainly someone who can get out there and make something happen with his legs if he can with his arms. Arm singular, don't throw the one. 48% completion percentage so far in the year, so you obviously want that to be better. But a lot of these are big completions. Looking at his top 2 receivers, you talked about Stone and then Sharps, both averaging well over 20 yards per reception. So really looking downfield when they do look to pass.
Now let's talk about the home team tonight. The number 1 ranked Poca Dots, freshly minted number 1 after a big win last week over Logan. And we were here 2 weeks ago for a big win in that rivalry over the Winfield Generals, a 2-point win back-to-back weeks for the Poca Dots, and a tough task here tonight against these Skyhawks.
Yeah, Coach Ramsey was talking about how it's great to be able to win by those close margins like they did over the past 2 weeks, but they feel like it shouldn't be those close margins. They feel like they're leaving a lot of points out there. And as we look down at Toby Payne, one of those guys who's going to be responsible for getting those points that they feel like they should be scoring more consistently. You talk about being number 1, can certainly be a factor, especially with a huge game looming next week. So certainly just a take care of business game for Poca and just moving on with their undefeated season. Hopefully, for them against the Scott team, which is like we said, a lot tougher than it has been in years past.
Talk about that pending matchup next week. It could be a number 1 versus number 2 matchup next week at Herbert Hoover against the Huskies there, between the Dots and the Huskies. And that'll be a game that all eyes on the state will be on, honestly, because that's going to be a heck of a double-A matchup next week. But Coach Ramsey said that their attention is solely on this Skyhawks team, because as soon as you look ahead to next week, you're paying disrespect to your opponent, and that's where complacency sets in, and that's where you stop competing as hard as you would.
Yeah, we keep almost act like Scott isn't number 9 here. So this is certainly one of those games that you kind of look forward to as well. So, interesting to see how Poca prepares for this one. And what Scott's plan is to come in here to Poca's home turf and try to pull an upset.
Expect maybe a similar game plan from the Scott Skyhawks that the Winfield Generals employed in terms of just trying to run the ball, keep the ball out of Poca's hands offensively, and wear that clock down. That's what the Skyhawks did in Week 1 against the Herbert Hoover Huskies, who only hung 24 points on Scott in that matchup and have since been on a tear over the last few weeks. Kickoff is away. Toby Payne will get ready to scoop it up from about the 16-yard line and make the return for the Dots. He's quickly met just after a 4-yard return up to the 20. Great job by the Scott kickoff team, and the Dots will have the football to start this contest tonight.
Payne made a bad judgment where he thought that first bounce was going to go, not able to get much going there.
So out comes the Dot offense. Jordan Wolf, the junior quarterback, makes his way over from the sideline. 7 touchdowns to 5 interceptions on the year passing for 810 yards, about a 50% completion percentage. He also chips in 336 rushing yards. He'll hand it off on the first play of the game, though, to Malachi Woodward-Jones, and on his 101st carry of the season, he picks up, give him 9 yards on that run, up to the 20-yard line. Work job there.
Good job by Woodward-Jones of pushing through contact to get turn what would have been an okay run into a really great one.
2nd and 1 now for the Dots. Handoff goes to Woodward-Jones again. He'll cut it back off the right side. He's got a nice gain up across the 40, up across the 45-yard line. Excellent run there on the counter for Woodward-Jones as he'll get up to the 46-yard line. Give him 18 on that 2nd and 1. Well, now they move back to the 45-yard line. So give him a 17-yard gain.
Woodward-Jones really finding some room early in this game. Always a big part of their game plan, but for them to get him going so early here in this first drive has to make them feel good about their game plan going forward.
The referee tonight, Fred McPherson, talking things over into the Poca huddle and now making his way over to the Scott sideline and seeing one of the officials come over to the Poca side of the field as well and have a discussion. I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about, if maybe the play clock isn't working. I thought I saw one of the officials push his hand up. Again, I'm not really sure what they're discussing. Have not seen anything signaled or had anything signaled to the booth.
Poca's tried to break the huddle about 3 times already and keep looking around and wandering back over to the wandering behind the ball.
Well, we've got this opportunity. We want to thank our game sponsor for tonight, Walker Chevy. Gene and Ryan Walker will treat you like family, where they're making friends one deal at a time there at Walker Chevy. 1st and 10 now after we get back underway. Game clock rolls under to a minute into this game now. And a handoff to Woodward-Jones, and he'll gain 1 yard up to the 46. Talk about Toby Payne just before kickoff. He's been seeing a lot more carries here over the last couple of weeks, Will.
Yeah, earlier in the year he was really their star receiver, but just when he's always getting double teamed, Ramsey and staff decided the best way to get his ball into his hands more consistently is with the running game.
Throw goes out to the far side looking for Christian LaRose, and LaRose can't come up with the football. Drop will bring up 3rd and 9 after the incompletion. And
really, that was a well-placed ball by Wolf. It's one that kind of a bread and butter, about 7 yards out there that LaRose just wasn't able to haul in.
And LaRose was matched up over on that same side where Toby Payne was, so the double coverage was there on Payne, and that's what left LaRose so open, and he just couldn't come up with the football. So 3rd and 9 now. Clock stop, 10:21 to go here in this first quarter opening drive for the Poca Dots. Wolf takes a shotgun snap, takes a couple steps drop, rolls to his left, steps up in the pocket now. He's going to have to escape. He'll be tripped up after he gains maybe a yard, but we do have a flag that comes in the backfield, and should be a hold on the Dots. Yes, it is. And, if you're Scott, you might just take the result of the play. It was only a 1 yard gain. It would bring up 4th and 8 instead of 3rd and 19.
Well, it looks like they might.
They are going to decline. Yeah, call it 4th and 8 now, and good first stand for this Skyhawk defense, but the Dots offense might be staying out to go for it at the 47-yard line. Jordan Wolf came back over from the sideline, and Joe Starcher is the punter. At least Joe Starcher was the punter. Now it looks like it's Alan Withrow lined up to punt. Withrow just gets the punt away. Back at the 15-yard line, fielding that and bringing it up is Carson Brennigan. Brennigan with a nice return over on the far sideline, makes a move back inside, and he's up across midfield. Excellent return for Brennigan. Brings it up from the 15 all the way to the 45-yard line.
And the return game has been a major issue for the Dots all year. Coming into this one, really a point of emphasis that really been their Achilles heel so far. And right there, Brennigan taking advantage of it, send his team up with good field position for their first drive.
40-yard return for Brennigan. Correct that. Make it a 39-yard return. They spot him back at the 46 of the Dots, but excellent starting field position for the Scott Skyhawks. First drive of the game, sophomore quarterback Matt Fry sends a man in motion, hands it off on a quick run to the outside. Cooper Martin carries it off the left side, and Martin will get forced out of bounds after a nice gain on first down. Give him 4 yards on that run, bring up 2nd down and 6. Wing tee set for the Skyhawks. Fry goes under center, takes the snap, handoff to the fullback. That's Stone. Stone spins his way around, and he'll have another nice gain there on 2nd down.
That was a nice little spin move there by Stone to get past that first line of defenders and get himself a good little gain.
Gain of 4, bring up 3rd and 2. $8:48 to go here, opening quarter, first drive for the Skyhawks after forcing the punt on the opening drive for the Dots.
And still very early, but it would be big for them to get this first down on this first drive after stopping Poca on their first drive.
Brennigan goes in motion, handoff to Stone, the fullback. Stone fighting his way forward, has the first down and then some. He's down to the 35-yard line as the Dots finally swarm to him, but again, not before he picks up the first down on 3rd and 2. Gets down to the 39-yard line for a 4-yard gain. And that's a first down for the Skyhawks. First and 10 from the Poca 34-yard line. Fry goes into the shotgun, brings a man in motion. That's Brennigan on the jet sweep coming to the near side. Brennigan trying to get to the numbers, and he'll be cut down by Jordan Wolf and Campbell Meeks. We do have a flag that comes in on the near side.
They're coming in from near and far and all over there on that one.
And, yeah, they're one back in the middle of the field as well. A couple in the middle of the field, rather. That's going to be against the Skyhawks, and that'll change 1st and 10 from the 34 to 1st, and I believe it'll be 21 from the 45.
And when you get these plays that get the defense moving one direction then the other, it can be really tough on those offensive linemen to account for that in their blocking. And right there we saw one of those where the defender zigged and zagged, and the offensive lineman just couldn't stay in front of him.
So they're going to march 10 yards off from the spot of the foul. And again, it'll be now 1st and 21. Well, no, sorry. They're going to spot it from where the line of scrimmage was. I thought that should have been from the spot of the foul. It's been a couple times differently throughout the season.
I think that might have been one where just the spot of the foul was the line of scrimmage, which doesn't happen as much as you think it would.
So 1st and 20. Fry in the shotgun. Trying to draw Poca offside. Man jumps, but no flag comes. Handoff goes now to Cooper Martin, and Martin quickly met after a short gain. We do have another flag down.
I imagine it's probably a hold. There it is, yep.
Yep, back him up 10 more yards. And now they're going to, this will be from the spot of the foul. So they're marking it off from the 39, so it's back at the 49-yard line of Poca. Back-to-back holds.
And we did note in the pregame a little bit that when Scott does throw, they like to throw deep. Both their top receivers averaging well over 20 yards a catch. So, certainly the opportunity for that there, although still first down somehow.
First and forever, throw goes out to the far side. That's complete to Brennigan. Brennigan lowers the shoulder as Campbell Meeks tries to finish him off after he was wrapped up by Malachi Woodward-Jones around the ankles as Brennigan gets up to down to the 40-yard line. So give him 9 on that throw. That'll make it second down and 16. Yeah, second and 16 as they spotted at the 40. Man in motion is Stone. Stone takes it on the sweep over to the far side, and he's met hard. Malachi Woodward-Jones comes up and lays a big hit as Stone gains a couple more down inside the 40 to the 37. Give him 3. That'll bring up 3rd and long for the Skyhawks. Got all the way down to the 34-yard line before back-to-back holds pushed it back. That's how they got to this 3rd and 14 on their opening drive after the drive had been promising to start. Fake the handoff, play action pass. Fry throws out to Stone in the flat. Stone has some space to get the first down, has the first down, and then some as he gets upended finally by Woodward-Jones over on the far side. Not before he gets just a couple yards shy of the 20-yard line. Pickup of 18 on that pass play from Fry to Stone on the play action. Skyhawks knocking on the red zone here. Their opening drive of the game. Nearly 7 minutes into the opening quarter. Handoff goes to Martin. Martin goes off the left side, cutting it back in. Ball's on the ground, and Toby Payne pops on top of it. Turnover goes to the Polka Dots.
Man, that's tough for this Scott offense, especially after they overcame those 2 holding penalties. A lot of times one holding penalty would be the end of a drive, let alone 2. It would overcome that just to fumble it just as they get into scoring territory. A tough break there, but now the Scott defense has to get out there and get the ball back for them without causing too much damage.
So now the Dots come out for their second drive of this first quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 14 now. Fry lines up in the, Wolf lines up in the shotgun. It's a reverse that comes back to the near side, and it's Toby Payne. Puts a stiff arm on one defender, breaks out of another tackle around the shoulders, and finally is dragged down out of bounds just before the 30-yard line. Excellent run on that reverse by Toby Payne. So he gets up to the 29-yard line. Give him 15 on that first down run.
Just one of those examples of getting the ball into the hands of one of their best playmakers. Their best playmaker turning, kind of an unconventional play into 15 yards there.
That's one of the things that Poca said they were going to have to do is try to get him the football in multiple ways as Jordan Wolf takes the snap, and it'll be a quarterback-designed run. And turn nothing into something should have been stopped around the line of scrimmage, if not behind it. Finally was able to find some ground forward, and he'll make his way up to the 33-yard line. Give him 4 yards on that run. And after it could have gone for negative.
Yeah, impressive job of not giving up on the play and making 4 yards out of what could have been easily a 1-yard sack. Well, not a sack, but 1-yard loss.
So second and short now. Medium, rather, for the Dots. Woodward Jones and Payne line up in the backfield next to Wolf. Pitch pass out over to Payne out in space. And he'll break out of one tackle around the knees, breaks out of another, and he's finally forced out of bounds just across the 40-yard line. Another great design play there to get the ball into their best playmaker's hands. Dots picking up some steam offensively here on their second drive. Up to the 41-yard line. Wolf in the shotgun as Woodward Jones. Handoff goes to him off the right side, and he's met right as he crosses the line of scrimmage. May have gotten him for about a half-yard loss there. Scott defense quickly grabs him.
You know, that was the exact same blocking that resulted in that 17-yard gain on the first drive. So good job, good individual job, defensive line pulling him down.
That was Christian Cooper making the stop for the Scott defense. Getting the start in place of Eli White, who is out tonight with an injury for Scott. Second down, Wolf drops back to pass, surveys over the middle of the field, tries to force one in to Toby Payne, and a late flag comes in. Scott sideline thinks that they played a clean defensive play there, and they're going to get pass interference on the Skyhawks.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with their sideline there. It looked like pretty decent job of not interfering. The flag came from the far ref, but hey, flag was thrown. Tough break there for the Skyhawks.
And that's an automatic first down now for Poca. Push them into Scott territory for the first time tonight. First and 10 from the Scott 44-yard line. Rather, the 43-yard line, excuse me.
And they had no trouble moving the ball on their first drive until they got right into this territory, too.
Handoff goes to Andrew Young. And we've got a flag in the backfield. And it's going to be an illegal shift on the Dots. Back them up 5 yards. To the 48. Make it first and 15 now for the Poca offense.
And neither of these offenses really able to get any type of rhythm with the penalties have been going so far in this first quarter.
A quickly moving first quarter, too. Just the second possession for the Dots. Third total possession for these two teams after Scott's had it once. And we're at 2:20 to go here in this first quarter, still scoreless. All the officials meet there in the middle of the field. We'll take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors, Frontier Studios, our RSN HD Media group here. Appreciate them sponsoring our broadcast booth this evening. Thomas Health, Dutch Miller Charleston, Poca Valley Bank, Selengo Law, Army Recruiting of West Virginia, Parmar Stores, Adelphia, West Virginia Coal Association, We Keep the Lights On, Stevens Auto, Martin Transport, who is looking for drivers, and we'll have our Chick-fil-A Southridge player of the game at the end of tonight's broadcast as Woodward Jones catches a pass out in the flat on second down. And just a short yardage gain there for Poca.
Excellent job there by the Skyhawks, strawing that one out and forcing them to go to the sideline with that. Especially Isaac Doss out there really making them extend it out.
Excuse me, that was first down. Now it's second down after that legal shift a moment ago by the Dots. Forgot they were having a discussion. So double barrel shotgun for the Dots now on second down. Handoff goes to Payne. Payne almost lost it on the handoff, able to regroup and then cut back inside. He'll fight his way down back to the original line of scrimmage now at the Scott 44-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and a long 10. Andrew Young checks out for the Dots offense. 2 receivers will split out to each side of the formation. To the near side, it's Meeks and Withrow. To the far side, Payne and LaRose. Wolf looking to pass, steps over into the pocket on the right side. Just going to air it deep, looking for Woodward Jones. He's got him at the 10, and he's out of bounds inside at the 5-yard line. Great job by Wolf to extend the play after he was receiving some pressure. Ran back over to the right side and found Malachi Woodward Jones in stride on that post route. 1st and 10 now for the Dots from inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 9. Excuse me, I thought I got down farther than that. Kind of hard to tell at this angle sometimes. But a 35-yard pickup there. And on 1st down, handoff goes up the middle. Toby Payne brings the Dots closer toward the goal line after a nice run there on 1st down. Pickup of 2. Bring up 2nd and goal from the 7.
You know, while that was a good job by Jones of keeping that play alive, it was also a good job by Woodward Jones to see that his quarterback was in trouble, to kind of break off and go a little deeper and make that play happen on the previous play.
Yeah, so that's what set us up on 1st and goal. Payne's 2-yard run makes it 2nd and goal, and that was the end of the 1st quarter. So 12 fresh minutes thrown up on the scoreboard. We're still scoreless after 1. We'll step aside for a break and then be back with more high school game day action right after this here on the RSN Sports Network, brought to you by HD Media.
Walker Chevrolet in Nitro wants to buy your used vehicle. That's right. Walker Chevrolet is standing by to give you top dollar and wants to buy your vehicle today. Whether you drive a car, truck, or an SUV, the better the make and model, the more Walker Chevrolet is going to give you for your car. The reason is simple. They need inventory and they need it now. Walker Chevrolet has already purchased more than 300 used vehicles from our friends and neighbors across the Kanawha Valley. And yours could be next. And before you think this is some kind of a gimmick, don't forget that Gene and Ryan have built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There's no games here, just honest, fair deals. So if you've got a vehicle that you'd like to sell, bring it to Walker Chevrolet in the shadow of the Interstate Bridge in Nitro and ask for John Rogers, Scott Linville, or Frank McClung. They're going to take real good care of you, and they're going to give you top dollar for your vehicle. And if you're looking for that hard-to-find truck, there's a good chance it's on the lot right now at Walker as well. Walker Chevrolet in Nitro is standing by to purchase your vehicle today, just off the Nitro exit of I-64. Walker Chevrolet, making friends, one deal at a time.
Back here at Poca High School in Poca, West Virginia, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you along with us and our Media Center crew this evening for high school game day. 1st quarter in the books, still scoreless between the number 9 Scott Skyhawks and the number 1 Poca Dots. Poca, though, marching toward the end zone, 2nd and goal from the 6. Toby Payne in the backfield. Wolf lines up under center. Going to roll out and keep it himself. Wolf inside the 5, breaks out at 1 tackle, and he crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Dots. Jordan Wolf with his 6th rushing touchdown of the season gives the Dots the early lead here in the 2nd quarter. 6-0 our score.
After that fake, Wolf just rolls around and lets his blocking develop in front of him. Good job of fighting that last couple feet into the end zone, putting his team up. Hard running there by the quarterback.
Out for the extra point is Joe Starcher. Starcher just missed 1 on the year, and that actually came 2 weeks ago on senior night against the Winfield Generals. Dots were able to get a 2-point conversion on a later touchdown and ultimately win the game by 2. Kick is up and good for Starcher. 7-0 our score. Poca leads. 11:53 to go here in the 2nd quarter, and we'll step aside for a quick break and be back with more high school football action right after this here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Joan, your internet internet service is horribly slow and terribly unreliable.
Yes, Joan. It's time to make a change.
But don't worry. There's Frontier Fiber Optic Internet. It has 25 times faster upload speeds than cable.
Woo! And you can use all your devices at the same time.
And look at weird stuff like me all night long.
Wow, that is really weird.
All night long.
That's right, Joan.
We all agreed.
See the light. Switch to fiber. Frontier Fiber Optic Internet.
Back here, Poca High School. Adam Rogers, Will Vance again. Happy to have you with us and our Media Center crew tonight for another week of high school football action in West Virginia, as we are in week number 9 of the year. Will, it's kind of crazy to think that we've had a whole 2 months of high school football blow by already, and we're just 2 weeks after tonight from the start of playoffs.
Well, it's one of those seasons, it doesn't seem like it ever comes early enough, and when it's over, you look around and said, well, what happened? I mean, college football already passed the halfway mark. Just one of those great times of the year. But both these teams really looking to improve their position as that end of the year comes. And as we noted before, Poca a little bit soft in their kick return coverage. So let's see what they do here. Maybe a short kick on purpose.
Yeah, there's a short kick fielded by Brenniger. Brenniger breaks out of a tackle, brings it back up the middle, almost broke out of another one, but just got enough was Jordan Wolf, the quarterback and the starting corner for the Dots.
Yeah, Brenniger really one of the maybe underrated parts of this offense. He does the returning, also one of their better receivers. Really someone who can set his team up well, and did it right there, giving them the ball at 33-yard line, not too terribly bad as they start here. And Adam, as we talked about a little bit in the break, Scott was moving the ball on that first drive before they coughed it up, so we'll see if they can copy that a little bit, maybe without those penalties that they had to overcome on the way.
Snap comes back to Fry. He'll hand off to Stone, the fullback, and Stone picks up a couple, gets across the 35 up to the 36, and they'll give him 3 on that first down carry. Well, correction, now they're going to move him up to the 37-yard line, give him 4. Love moving that ball spot on me.
As long as they're giving those young men every yard they earn, then it's, guess we'll get over it.
Skyhawks 2nd down and 6 to go. Fry tosses it out to the near side to Martin. Martin cuts back in, and he'll get up across the 40. Nice gain there on 2nd down. Should be a pickup of 4, bring up 3rd and 2. Skyhawks trying to get on the scoreboard after Jordan Wolf broke the scoring open now 40 seconds ago on the game clock. Wolf had a 6-yard touchdown run to put Poca up 7-0 on that previous drive. Again, as Will mentioned earlier, the Skyhawks fumbled the football on their opening drive and had been marching. Handoff goes to Stone again, trying to pick up the 2 yards he needs. Fights for that extra yardage after initially being stoved, and according to the spot on the far side official, he's got it. Wait to see where they put that football down and whether or not they move the chains. Taking a long look over. And now they are going to bring the chains over. Yeah, he's not confident enough to make that decision. Fred McPherson, our referee tonight, wants to bring those chains over just to make absolutely sure that this is a first down for the Scott Skyhawks.
If that is a first down, what an effort by Stone after initially hitting a brick wall about 1 yard short of the end zone, or about of the line to gain, making that spin to the right and able to get those extra yardage that hopefully will give his team this first down.
Got stoved initially by that front 7 for the Poca Dots, which Seth Ramsey says is one of the best parts of his defense. Actually is the best part of his defense, and it's getting better every week. We saw it 2 weeks ago how important it was in that contest against the Winfield Generals, as they do say that it is enough for a first down for the Skyhawks, so they'll reset the chains over on that far side of the field. 1st and 10 for Scott from their own 43.
Yeah, the near side of the chain didn't even touch the ball, so maybe feeling a little silly bringing them out, but hey, got to be sure I'm sure Scott would rather be sure than have it go the other way.
1st and 10 for the Skyhawks. Fry in the shotgun, play action fake, throw out to Brinegar on the far side. Nice spacing out there, breaks out of one, breaks out of another, and has the first down before Toby Payne finally gets him down over on the far side of the field, but not before he crosses into Poca territory.
And we mentioned it before the game that while their passing game is a big part of their game, Fry only averaging about under 50%. 3 for 3 so far in this game, including that big screen play that dug them out of a big hole caused by penalties. So really accurate so far by Fry, helping move the Scott offense forward.
1st and 10 for the Skyhawks. Handoff goes to Martin, and the play is blown dead.
With all the flags we've seen at Chalking, this was the first offsides, which is often the most common one you see.
It'll be a false start, I believe, on the Skyhawks. Yes, sir, false start. Back them up 5 yards, back to the midfield line over on the far side hash mark. So 1st and 15 now with under 10 to go in the first half. Scott trailing 7-0. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you along with us here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. 1st and 15, snap waiting for Fry. Toss out to Martin to the near side on the left side of the line. Going to stretch it out toward the numbers. Hurdles over one tackler, and then Woodward Jones finally brings him down inside the 45. Picked up 8 there. Will bring up 2nd and 7.
Good job of turning it into a more manageable 2nd down here after being set back by that penalty.
Fry under center now. Wing T as Brinegar goes in motion. Fry keeping it. Now tosses it out on the option to Martin. Breaks out of one tackle, but he's not going to get away from A.J. Dunbar. The junior nose guard comes up and makes a big hit, and we've got a flag coming down here at the end of this play from our back judge, Andy McPherson. I believe that was thrown after the whistles had blown too for the play to be over, so this could be a dead ball penalty. Not quite certain on who it would be against. I didn't see anything that I caught.
Looked at my stat sheet a little too quick. I mean, maybe a little frustration penalty there. Hopefully not. I guess we're about to find out here.
So offsetting dead ball personal fouls.
I guess I'm just a little going back and forth. It happens sometimes, and at least neither team is necessarily better or worse off for it. Of course, they did lose about 4 yards on that play before the offsetting penalties.
Yeah, about 3.5 is what they're really going to give. It's a long 10 is what it is. It's not quite a full 11 based off of where they've got the ball spotted. And now they were checking the spot of the ball. I'm not really sure exactly what they were doing over on that far side when the back judge came up. It looks like we are finally ready to get going again. 3rd down and a long 10 for the Skyhawks. Man in motion is Brinegar. They hand it off to him on the jet sweep. Breaks out of one, but can't break out of another. Jordan Wolf does a great job of dragging him down from behind to limit his gain just before the 40-yard line. Get him down at the 42. That'll bring up 4th down for Scott.
And this is certainly 4-down territory, possibly for them here, especially with the way this game's been going with the few possessions that have been going back and forth.
On Isaac Setzer, who is supposed to be their starting punter coming into tonight, only has 2 punts on the season and an average of about 34.5. But so 4th and 8, play action fake, throw across the middle, and he had his man. He just left too much on the rope. Trying to find Landon Stone, and Matt Fry just can't quite time it right on that crossing route.
Stone on that classic kind of post slant or post seam combo route. Man, if he'd be able to haul that in, probably free to the end zone, but just led a little bit too far there. And Fry, you could see immediately he knew that he wanted that one back, and he could hit that one, give it another chance, and we'll see if he gets another chance to hit a wide open one like that.
Drive comes to an end, and the turnover on downs. Out come the Polka Dots offense. Wolf back out on the shotgun, sends a man in motion. That's Toby Payne. Handoff goes up the middle to Woodward Jones. Woodward Jones makes a nice cut inside, picks up a couple there on 1st and 10.
And Jones really making an impact on this one, has 29 yards rushing and had that big 35-yard reception that set up Polka's lone touchdown so far.
2-yard gain brings up 2nd and 8. Dots leading 7-0. Third drive of the game for Poca offensively. Defense has forced a fumble and a turnover on downs. And Wolf under heavy duress gets rid of it, and that'll be incomplete, no intentional grounding. Cody Nance getting back there in a hurry, and he is the leader on that defensive front three for the Skyhawks. 37 total tackles coming into tonight. 12 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 fumbles recovered, a forced fumble, and he also has an interception as well.
It's one of those guys that every coach wants to have a couple of on their defense who can really do it all and really get after that ball carrier.
He's also their starting center on the offense. Wolf fires one out into the flat to Payne, and Payne tripped up. Excellent job out there by Cooper Martin, the outside linebacker. Fought through a block and then brought down Toby Payne around the ankles. And that's not an easy thing to do because he is a horse of a kid. 6'4", 230 pounds, and the 5'8", 175-pound senior Cooper Martin brings down the big man Toby Payne.
Yeah, Payne had 2 blockers there right with him, but Martin just did a great job splitting between them, grabbing the big guy by his ankles and causing a loss of 6 there, really pushing him back on 4th down, making him punt.
4th and 13, Withrow out to punt, just gets it away again. A nice punt, though. Takes a bounce for Poca, and it'll die just inside the 30-yard line. So that's where Scott will take over on its next possession, and while the Skyhawks offense comes out on the field, we'll take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors, especially Walker Chevrolet. Our game sponsor for tonight, Gene and Ryan Walker, treat you like family, where they're making friends one deal at a time. Also want to thank Frontier Communications, our Frontier Communications broadcast booth here for RSN Sports Network and HD Media. Also Thomas Health Systems, Dutch Miller Charleston, Poca Valley Bank, Salengo Law, Army Recruiting of West Virginia, Parmar, Adelphia, West Virginia Coal Association, We Keep the Lights On, Stevens Auto, and Martin Transport, as well as Chick-fil-A Southridge. Handoff goes up the middle to Cooper Martin. Martin picks up a couple on 1st and 10 after the Skyhawks forced the punt.
And both defenses really stepping up here in the second quarter. Poca lets Scott get a few first downs before tightening up and forcing that turnover on downs. And then you have the Skyhawks coming up with that big negative 6-yard play to force Poca to punt here. So Skyhawks coming out here have gotten at least a first down on their first 2 drives. Let's see if they can turn a couple more of those into a touchdown on this one.
Skyhawks trailing 7-0 here on their 3rd drive. Handoff to Martin, then a quick handoff right back to Stone. Stone has the first down and then some, but he's met by the Poca defense as he gets into Poca territory. Excellent run, though, by Landon Stone after Cooper Martin took the initial handoff, and then it was a quick handoff right back to Stone.
Excellent job there, tricking the defense, getting them to zig when they want them to zag.
Ball now at the Poca 45-yard line. A great run there on 1st down. Fry in the shotgun. Throw out to Brinegar on the near side. A high throw. He's able to bring down. Breaks out of 1 tackle. Gets a block. And he's got the sideline if he can beat Toby Payne to the end zone, and he will. Touchdown, Skyhawks. What a great job by Carson Brenniger. Pulled down the slightly high throw from Matt Fry, slips out of the tackle, lets the block set up for him, and then he races to the end zone to bring Poca just to the 1-point lead now.
Yeah, we talked about coming into this how Poca really works to try to get the ball into Toby Payne's hands. Really, they've been manufacturing some plays for Brenniger here, getting him on the outside, letting him use his speed. So far, 3 catches in this game, 64 yards and a touchdown. 1 carry for 3 yards, but really making an impact on this game and really being the X factor with this ground game, not necessarily moving the way that it has in previous games.
Isaac Setzer out for the extra point. Left-footed kicker. Snap is back, hold down, kick is up, and it's good. We've got a 7-all ball game here with 5:26 to go in the second quarter after a 45-yard touchdown pass from Matt Fry to Carson Brenniger. Ties it up for the Scott Skyhawks on the road. We'll step aside for a quick break and then be right back with more high school game day action right after this on the RSN Sports Network powered by HD Media.
We know who we are, where we've been, where we're going. Like hospitals all over America, we are changing, redefining, restructuring ourselves to be the best community health system in the region we serve. We are 2 hospitals with more than 30 locations, 450 providers, and 1 mission: to heal. As one, we are Thomas Health, caring for our communities today and tomorrow.
Back here, Poca High School, Dots and Skyhawks. 7-all after a 45-yard touchdown pass from Fry to Brenniger. 5:26 to go here in this first half. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you along with us this evening. Our Media Center crew doing a fantastic job for us as always. Here in week number 9 of the high school football season in West Virginia. Just 2 more weeks left in the regular season before the playoffs begin, so we're in our playoff push mode. Here on our broadcast, and the teams are in playoff push mode in their week-to-week preparation, because these are the games that really can have big impacts on the playoff seedings.
Especially, Adam, if you look at the Skyhawks sitting at 9 right now, you definitely want to be in that top 8 to host that first game. So still a couple games to go, but certainly in the minds of these coaches as they come down. If you're comfortably in there, you certainly want to be in that top 8. But you just got to get those wins to get there.
Well, and it'd be a huge win for Scott, especially think of all the bonus points that would be afforded to Scott if they were to knock off the Poca Dots tonight. Number 1 team in Class AA, that would be a bevy of bonus points. Kickoff is away, and it's fielded by Meeks over on the far side. And I believe that ball popped out. Waiting to see who came up off the pile with it. It is a Poca Dot player who comes up with it after Campbell Meeks fumbles it on the return. And that is a player for whom I don't have a name. I don't have a 64 on my roster anywhere for the Poca Dots, so I can't quite tell you who it is that recovered that fumble, but I can tell you that the Dots did jump on top of it, and that's what matters there. See big number 64 on your screen there. Great heads-up play by the big man to jump on top of it. 1st and 10 for Jordan Wolf now, back in the shotgun for the Dots offense. Pump fakes once, throws across the middle for Toby Payne, catches it inside the 45, and he's off toward the end zone. What a ball from Jordan Wolf. 58 yards for the score, and the Dots quickly take back the lead 13-7, just like that.
And just like that, they just sent him on that seam route that you see so many great tight ends work with in college and pros, and just took it the rest of the way. Just get into your best player there, let him get you back in the lead.
What a throw. Wolf with the quick pump fake and then just drops it over the top of the defense into the awaiting arms of his star wide receiver and do-it-all man, Toby Payne. Plays like that are why he's bound for Division I college football at Marshall University. Kick is no good, though.
And looks like someone was able to get a hand on that one.
So our score will stay at 13-6, 5:09 to go in this first half. Dots take back the lead, though, with a quick strike. We'll be right back with more high school game day action right after this here on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Looking for a friendly bank that you can turn to in your community? Bank where the decisions on your needs are made locally. With online banking and 7 locations. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
Back here at Poca High School, just off of the river behind us, here at O.O. White Stadium in Poca. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you with us with our Media Center crew this evening on the High School Game Day. Brought to you by HD Media on the RSN Sports Network. John Amos Power Plant, not too far from us here, Will. And I know our sponsor
looms over the whole area right here.
I know our sponsor, the West Virginia Coal Association, is happy about the deal that got signed to keep that running for another 40 years. Short kickoff fielded by the Skyhawks. That was Isaiah Bush making the return for Scott. He'll bring it up just shy of the 40-yard line. The 38.
Now we benched it pretty much every time, but the return game, certainly Achilles heel for this Poca team that they've been trying to work on. So far, contained it fairly well so far in this one.
Yeah, we saw Winfield had a heck of a time returning kicks against this Poca team 2 weeks ago. Handoff goes to Cooper Martin off the right side, and Martin swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Toby Payne, as well as T.D. May and A.J. Dunbar helping make that stop, and they'll actually drop him for a loss. Back to the 36-yard line, a 2-yard loss on that run for Cooper Martin.
Martin averaging just 2 yards a carry so far on this one, 12 carries on 12 yards on 6 carries. Excuse me. Well below his average of well over 5 yards.
Yeah, his average at 5 and under 5.5, just under. Airing it out on the far side, looking for Isaiah Bush, the freshman. Overthrown there. Great coverage on that far side by Campbell Meeks.
So far in this one, Fry has completed 4 of 6 passes for 82 yards and that long touchdown to Brenniger. So certainly a guy who has a great arm. That last pass, it may have been long, was a pretty good-looking ball.
And the one-on-one matchup on the outside that he liked just put a little too much mustard on it. 3rd down and 12 now after the incompletion. Trying to run a play-action fake, wrapped up, but somehow able to complete it. What a throw to Landon Stone. Stone down the sideline, finally forced out of bounds as he wobbled his way out around the 10. Oh my goodness, what a throw from Matt Fry. Under heavy pressure, had a guy around his waist, somehow throws it out to his fullback, Landon Stone, who made a great leaping catch to take it all the way down to the, well, they're going to say he was just outside the 10-yard line, but what a great play there for the Skyhawks offense.
And Stone was one who just mishandled that one wide-open pass, or wasn't able to get to that wide-open pass earlier, so definitely making up for that one in spades, driving that one all the way down to 10.
1st and 10. Handoff goes up the middle. And that was Stone on the carry. It should have been 1st and 10 from the 12, I want to say that is. Or maybe, again, it's hard to tell from the angle we're at. It's a 2nd and 7. Skyhawks, though, knocking on the goal line. Fry, play action, rolling out to the right, looking for the end zone, and pass is caught by Preston Cooper. Touchdown, Skyhawks. Just the 5th reception of the year for the sophomore tight end, Preston Cooper. And this one ties the game up 13-all here in the second quarter. 3:21 to go. Extra point on the way for the Skyhawks with a chance to take the lead.
It was one of those bread and butter plays for virtually in the offense down there in the end zone. Just get your receivers all move in one direction. Try to find the open one. Cooper doing a great job there. Just getting himself open, making himself obvious to the quarterback, and tying this game up.
So an 11-yard reception for the score for Preston Cooper. And we're an extra point away from the Skyhawks taking the lead. Kick is up, and it is good. Scott takes the lead, 14-13. 3:21 to go here in the first half, and the Skyhawks student section getting a little fired up over on that far side of the field. We'll be right back with more action here from Poca High School right after this on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
The relationship between a lawyer and a client is based on trust. You have to make certain that the lawyer you hire has your best interest at heart. We typically meet our clients at the worst times of their lives, and it's our job to help them. Over the years, we've been entrusted with some of the biggest cases in West Virginia. That's because we have a track record of success and getting exceptional results. We built a reputation as one of the go-to law firms throughout the state of West Virginia.
Joining me, high-profile lawyer Ben Salengo. Ben, it's a real honor to have you on.
In fact, many of our cases come from other lawyers. Lawyers who've worked with us, lawyers who've worked against us, and even those who've merely heard of our results. We're proud of the reputation we've earned in the community for providing exceptional, aggressive legal representation. When you hire my law firm, you don't get excuses, you get results.
Here at Poca High School, Kevin Neal teeing it up, sent it away. He's had to adjust the last couple of kickoffs because it's been blowing over on the tee. But he'll happily readjust after the Dots now trail after the Skyhawks took the lead on a 11-yard touchdown pass to Preston Cooper, the sophomore tight end. Setzer's extra point put him up 14-13. Low kick, Payne fields it inside the 10. Bring it up on the near side. Now he's going to cut back in where he's cut down at the 25 by Landon Stone. Well, it was a slow rolling first quarter, scoreless after 12 minutes, and then already not even 9 minutes elapsed here in this second quarter, and we've had ourselves 4 touchdowns here, Will.
You know, one of those cases, scenes where these two teams are kind of trying to feel each other out. Also, both teams really dealt with some penalty issues in the first quarter, but both factors seem to have cleared up a little bit here in the second. They're really starting to run their offenses and doing the things they want to do, and really finding some good big plays along the way.
Poca offense, 1st and 10. Throw out to Campbell Meeks, and the throw is low and short from Jordan Wolf. So that'll bring up an incompletion, and bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, so far completed 5 of 8 passes for 87 yards, including that 58-yard touchdown to Toby Payne to put for the Poca's second score of the evening.
And Wolf started the scoring in this second quarter, just 7 seconds into it, got a 6-yard touchdown run. Then the Skyhawks answered shortly after that, a 45-yard touchdown pass to Brenniger, made it 7-7. Dots' last offensive possession had a 58-yard touchdown pass to Toby Payne. On this 2nd and 10, Wolf completes it out to Woodward Jones, and he'll be brought down just across the 30-yard line, or rather just shy of the 35. Rather just across the 35 of the 37. So a 10-yard pickup there. Move the chains and reset 1st and 10. And then after that 58-yard touchdown pass on the last possession for the Polka Dots, the Skyhawks marched down the field in rather short amount of time. Just a minute 48 rolled off the clock for the Skyhawks to go down and score on that touchdown pass to Cooper for Scott to take the lead 14-13 after Poca missed the extra point on that 58-yard touchdown pass to Payne. Woodward Jones again catches the ball out on the near side.
On that previous completion, it looked like Woodward Jones was the primary target. That time, seemed like he was more of an outlet there. Either way, able to pick up a quick little 3 yards.
2nd down now for the Dot offense. Under 2 minutes to go. Poca trailing by 1. Chance to score before the end of the half as Wolf keeps it himself here. Gets down out of bounds just across the 45-yard lines. Give him the 46. That'll bring up 3rd and short now for the Dots.
A pretty big chunk of the turf there in his helmet.
This grass playing surface was really under a lot of water a couple weeks ago as Wolf airs one out again looking for Payne, and oh my gosh, how did he catch that football? He had 2 defenders on his hip, and Wolf just feeds it right in perfectly for Wolf to make the grab and fall down at the 20-yard line. What a catch by Toby Payne. Oh my goodness.
Payne now with 107 receiving yards in this game. 2 huge chunk plays, 58, 100 yards on just the past 2 receptions of 58 and 42.
I'm still in awe over that reception. I mean, what a catch. And that sets up Poca 1st and 10 from right at the red zone with a minute to go as the Dots take the timeout here. Perfect play there for the Dots to now. It really opens up the offense here in this final minute, 61 seconds for you to try and take back the lead going into halftime.
Yeah, definitely sets them up well. Really just the same play they ran before, just sending Payne up the seam. He drew double coverage, but it just didn't matter when you're that much bigger and you can have hands like that to just reach out, extend, and bring that one in. That's the type of thing that not only was he able to get up there and get it, but hold it through coming down and all that stuff, the body control that comes with that and all that good stuff. So just another great play by a player who's rightfully heading to the next level after he helps his Poca team get as far as they can go.
It took all of his 6'4" frame, too, to go up and grab that. I mean, that was a great reception by number 5 there, Toby Payne, who you see on your screen there. One thing to kind of pay attention to, I don't know if you were able to see it after that play, the quarterback Jordan Wolf, after that hit a couple of plays ago, after the big throw, was kind of limping a little bit. Maybe that hip is starting to bother him after taking that big hit. Something we'll kind of pay attention to as this game wears on. Again, just a minute, 1 second to go here in this first half. Dots trailing by 1 after a bevy of touchdowns here in this second quarter. Scoreless first between these two teams, and 4 scores here in the second. Wolf airing it out deep again, looking for Payne in the end zone. Payne makes the grab, and the Dots take the lead back. 19-14 as Toby Payne gets his second receiving touchdown of the night, this one from 20 yards out. Well, check that. We've got a flag that's over on the far side of the field. And now we've got another late flag coming in. And one of the officials is sending off a Scott player, Gavin Sutphin.
Ineligible man downfield, I believe, is the...
And then we're going to find out what this penalty comes in from the backside, too. It was after the play. It was a really late flag that flew there in the secondary for Scott.
Well, Sutphin's pacing on the sideline like he knows what happened, so...
Yeah, they're going to get him for unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. So they march off the 5 yards for the illegal man downfield back to the 25. And then they're going to assess the dead ball foul on Scott.
So the 10?
Should be first and goal from the 10, correct, with the 15-yard penalty. Except it's not, of course. It's going to be first down from the 12. And now we've got a timeout taken by Scott. Going to talk things over with less than a minute to go. Again, that touchdown wiped off the board a moment ago. And while they talk things out, we'll talk about some of our sponsors. Walker Chevrolet, our game sponsor for tonight. Gene and Ryan Walker treat you like family, where they're making friends one deal at a time. Frontier Communication Studios here for RSN Sports and HD Media. Our broadcast booth this evening. Thomas Health, Dutch Miller Charleston, Poca Valley Bank, Ben Salango Law, Army Recruiting of West Virginia, Parmar Stores. We'll have our Chick-fil-A Southridge Player of the Game coming up in the second half. And I have a feeling, Will, we might be kind of like we were 2 weeks ago here at this Winfield Poca game, and where we had to wait until literally the very end of the game to decide a player of the game because it came down to the wire there with a broken-up two-point conversion play. And we also want to thank Adelphia Sports Bar and Grill, West Virginia Coal Association, we keep the lights on, Stevens Auto, and Martin Transport, looking for drivers. Both teams back out on the field, ready to go again. First and 3, 2. Call it a long 2. Dots have Wolf in the shotgun. He'll drop back to pass. Looking for Payne on the end zone again. Pass there, and it's broken up. Great job defensively there by Carson Brinegar to not allow the touchdown again to Toby Payne.
Wolf really taking a shot there, too, as he let go of that pass.
Payne kind of took a decent-sized hit there as well as Brinegar broke it up. An incompletion will bring up second down, rather. And now they've moved it back to the 13. They keep moving the ball. But yeah, it's 12.5-yard line is really where it is. But they love moving the position of that ball, folks, I tell you.
Not the players, the rest.
Yeah, deal with it every week. Second and short. Wolf going to keep it himself on a design quarterback run. He's got the side, and he's got the end zone. Touchdown, Dots. Now Poca takes back the lead with 44 seconds to go. There are no flags this time. That one stands. 19-14, Dots on top here in the second quarter.
And basically the same play they ran at the beginning of the second quarter to get Wolf in the end zone, take over that right side, follows blocking, and use that speed to get into the end zone there. Only 4 official carries, but 2 touchdowns for Wolf in this one.
So Starcher now back out for the extra point. Missed his last one. Sends this one up and through this time. 20-14, Dots with the lead. 44 seconds to go here in the second quarter, but we'll step aside for a quick break and then be back with more high school game day action right after this here on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Back here at Poca High School, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you along with us. And our Media Center crew here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. We appreciate you tuning in to our broadcast tonight. However you may be tuned in, whether it be on the RSN Sports Network's website or HD Media's websites or Facebook, YouTube, we've got a couple of different options for you, and we appreciate you tuning in however you're tuned in for our game of the week tonight. Dots take back the lead after giving it up for the first time tonight.
And I'm presuming nothing crazy happens on this kickoff. I still think there's plenty of time for Scott to go after this, and I expect them to take at least one or two shots.
Still 2 timeouts left, 2 for the Skyhawks, but a deep kickoff for Poca this time instead of a short one. And then the return is bobbled back into the end zone, and that's an automatic touchback because it went into the end zone.
And it looks like they weren't expecting them to really take a good kick at it, and then back there it seemed like Brenniger and the other player had some difficulty on who was actually going to take it, and then it ends up in the end zone. So not ideal start to the drive, but could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, between Brenniger and Kevin Neal, they weren't really sure who was going to pick it up and go with it, and then it just ultimately got pushed back into the end zone inadvertently, and touchback sets up 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks from their own 20 with 41 seconds to go now here in the half. Scott trailing by 6 after the 12-yard touchdown run from Jordan Wolf. Play action fake. Fry throws it out quickly to Stone out in the flat. Stone trying to fight out of a tackle. Forced down out across the 25-yard line, but he was brought down inbounds, so the clock continues to move. Scott quickly to the line of scrimmage. 20 seconds on the game clock now, though. Snap comes back. Throw out to the far side. That is complete to Brenniger. That's a first down. And he did not get out of bounds, so a quick timeout there by Scott. Stop the clock with 14 seconds left. It is a first down up to the 33-yard line. 1 timeout left in the pocket of head coach Jeremy Dolan in his first year for this Scott football team.
And both those plays really designed to get out of bounds, so good job by Poca to corral them and keep them in bounds, and just not quite placing the ball exactly where it needs to go to get that 5-and-out, 7-and-out route. But with 14 seconds now, I think we're going to see at least one deep shot, or maybe a screen pass, try to lure him off sides. We saw that screen pass to Stone earlier in the game really break big. So a lot of options here, but not a lot of time.
Well, and even that 45-yard touchdown pass to Brenniger was a short throw that he broke out of a tackle and then had a block set up downfield and then outraced Toby Payne to the end zone on. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a deep throw if you can set up your blocks in front of you. 14 seconds left. Dots are going to play 4 on the back end of the defense. Just trying to prevent the score here with 14 seconds to go. Snap comes back to Fry. Pump fake, airing it out over the middle of the field, and that one's caught. Wow. Catching that is Isaiah Bush, and he's off to the end zone. 67 yards. What a throw again from the sophomore. Matt Fry goes over top of the defense. The 4 high safeties come up empty for the Dot defense. And with 3 seconds to go in the first half, Scott has a chance to take back the lead, rather. Extra point on the way, tie game at 20-20.
And that was just, a perfectly placed ball to get it past those safeties. Caught him on that post route. Great job by Bush, again, that separation and having that body control to get through that little, the convergence of the defense there.
Setzer out for the extra point. The lefty with a chance to put Scott back on top just before the half. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it's good. The number 9, Scott Skyhawks, take a 1-point lead, 21-20 with 3 seconds to go here in the first half. We'll step aside for final break here in this first half and then bring you right back here for the final seconds right after this here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
People keep asking me how Todd Judy Ford has the best selection of vehicles at a time of national shortage.
The secret is our 130% of Kelly Blue Book for your trade-in.
Everyone wants to trade the car with us and get more money.
And now we're making it even better.
We will beat any other dealer's trade offer by $1,000 guaranteed.
If we can't beat it, we'll just give you the cash.
So bring in that car, upgrade your vehicle, and get top dollar for your trade-in now.
Just go to ToddJudyFord.com and see for yourself.
Back here, Poca High School, where the visiting Scott Skyhawks take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds to go until halftime, and it's courtesy of the big play once again. The big play got them on the scoreboard to start the game, a 45-yard pass to Carson Brinegar, and this time it's a 67-yard pass to Isaiah Bush. And the Skyhawks lead 21-20 over the number 1 ranked Polka Dots here on the road. Kick is a low kick. Take a couple of hops on the ground. Toby Payne scoops it up just in front of the 20. Payne breaks out of a couple, breaks out of another one on the near side, and he's finally forced out by Landon Stone. And that'll be how the first half comes to a close. Visiting Skyhawks lead 21-20 after one half of play. And that far sideline is fired up here on the road at Poca High School. So again, after one half of play, Poca trails Scott 21-20. We'll step aside for a break. Then when we come back, we'll total up some first half stats for you, recap the scoring, and look at some scores from around the state of West Virginia here in this Week 9 of Football Friday night in the Mountain State. Be right back with more High School Game Day action after this on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Walker Chevrolet in Nitro wants to buy your used vehicle. That's right. Walker Chevrolet is standing by to give you top dollar and wants to buy your vehicle today. Whether you drive a car, truck, or an SUV, the better the make and model, the more Walker Chevrolet is going to give you for your car. The reason is simple. They need inventory and they need it now. Walker Chevrolet has already purchased more than 300 used vehicles from our friends and neighbors across the Kanawha Valley. And yours could be next. And before you think this is some kind of a gimmick, don't forget that Gene and Ryan have built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There's no games here, just honest, fair deals. So if you've got a vehicle that you'd like to sell, bring it to Walker Chevrolet in the shadow of the Interstate Bridge in Nitro and ask for John Rogers, Scott Linville, or Frank McClung. They're going to take real good care of you, and they're going to give you top dollar for your vehicle. And if you're looking for that hard-to-find truck, there's a good chance it's on the lot right now at Walker as well. Walker Chevrolet in Nitro is standing by to purchase your vehicle today, just off the Nitro exit of I-64. Walker Chevrolet, making friends one deal at a time.
Joan, your internet service is horribly slow and terribly unreliable.
Yes, Joan. It's time to make a change.
But don't worry, there's Frontier fiber optic internet. It has 25 times faster upload speeds than cable.
Woo! And you can use all your devices at the same time.
And look at weird stuff like me all night long.
Wow, that is really weird.
All night long.
That's right, Joan.
We all agreed. Just
See the light. Switch to fiber. Frontier fiber optic internet.
We know who we are, where we've been, where we're going. Like hospitals all over America, we are changing, redefining, restructuring ourselves to be the best community health system in the region we serve. We are 2 hospitals with more than 30 locations, 450 providers, and one mission: to heal. As one, we are Thomas Health, caring for our communities today and tomorrow.
Looking for a friendly bank that you can turn to in your community? Bank where the decisions on your needs are made locally. With online banking and 7 locations. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
The relationship between a lawyer and a client is based on trust. You have to make certain that the lawyer you hire has your best interests at heart. We typically meet our clients at the worst times of their lives, and it's our job to help them. Over the years, we've been entrusted with some of the biggest cases in West Virginia. That's because we have a track record of success and getting exceptional results. We built a reputation as one of the go-to law firms throughout the state of West Virginia.
Joining me, high-profile lawyer Ben Salango. Ben, it's a real honor to have you on.
In fact, many of our cases come from other lawyers who've worked with us, lawyers who've worked against us, and even those who've merely heard of our results. We're proud of the reputation we've earned in the community for providing exceptional, aggressive legal representation. When you hire my law firm, you don't get excuses, you get results.
People keep asking me how Todd Judy Ford has the best selection of vehicles at a time of national shortage.
The secret is our 130% of Kelly Blue Book for your trade-in.
Everyone wants to trade the car with us and get more money.
And now we're making it even better.
We will beat any other dealer's trade offer by $1,000 guaranteed.
If we can't beat it, we'll just give you the cash.
So bring in that car, upgrade your vehicle, and get top dollar for your trade-in now.
Just go to ToddJudyFord.com and see for yourself.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar convenience stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
In the history of Dutch Miller Chevrolet, there has never been a better time to trade in your car. Because of major supply chain disruptions, your vehicle is worth more than it ever has been. Even if you're not looking to trade in your car, we're interested in buying your vehicle at up to 30% above fair market value. We have customers trading in their vehicles that are getting more now than they paid for it. Learn more and text or chat now at DutchMillerChevy.com.
Come check out the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles with friends and family pricing for everyone.
Escaping an endless sea of hallways, we find our fair lady locked away. Hypnotized by her own reflections.
here, Mom.
You dummy!
Microphone right there. What are you doing?
They're right there.
Oh, okay.
It's so shiny.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Poca, the Poca High School marching band.
Kaden.
Really?
Walker Chevrolet in Nitro wants to buy your used vehicle. That's right. Walker Chevrolet is standing by to give you top dollar and wants to buy your vehicle today. Whether you drive a car, truck, or an SUV, the better the make and model, the more Walker Chevrolet is going to give you for your car. The reason is simple. They need inventory and they need it now. Walker Chevrolet has already purchased more than 300 used vehicles from our friends and neighbors across the Kanawha Valley. And yours could be next. And before you think this is some kind of a gimmick, don't forget that Gene and Ryan have built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There's no games here, just honest, fair deals. So if you've got a vehicle that you'd like to sell, bring it to Walker Chevrolet in the shadow of the Interstate Bridge in Nitro and ask for John Rogers, Scott Linville, or Frank McClung. They're going to take real good care of you, and they're going to give you top dollar for your vehicle. And if you're looking for that hard-to-find truck, there's a good chance it's on the lot right now at Walker as well. Walker Chevrolet in Nitro is standing by to purchase your vehicle today, just off the Nitro exit of I-64. Walker Chevrolet, making friends, one deal at a time.
Back here at Poca High School in Poca, West Virginia for High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you along with us. Getting ready for the start of the second half, where coming out of the halftime break, it's the visiting number 9 Scott Skyhawks leading the number 1 Polka Dots 21-20. Had an explosive second quarter of offense from both these teams after a scoreless first quarter. Polka broke the scoring open in the second with just 7 seconds into it. Jordan Wolf had a 6-yard touchdown run, his first on the second quarter. Then Brenniger caught a 45-yard touchdown pass for Scott to tie it up 7-7. And with 5:26 to go in the second quarter, then just 17 seconds later, Wolf finds Toby Payne for a 58-yard touchdown pass. Extra point was missed, though, so Polka would take a 13-7 lead. Then it was the Skyhawks answering back quickly. It was Preston Cooper with just his 5th grab of the season. His first touchdown of the year makes it 14-13 Scott, as the extra point was good for the Skyhawks then. And then the Dots responded rather quickly. Just 44 seconds to go in the first half. Wolf runs it in from 12 yards out. His second rushing touchdown of the half makes it 20-14. And then we thought that Scott might run out of time before the end of the first half to score, but then a deep throw from Matt Fry to Isaiah Bush, 67-yard touchdown pass, puts Scott on top coming out of the locker rooms at the half, 21-20, after the extra point was good from Isaac Setzer. And well, again, a scoreless first quarter, but a whole lot of stats totaled up there in the second quarter with those scores.
Yeah, Fry really leading this this Skyhawks team through the air. Completing 7 of 11 passes in the first half, and we talked about usually completing under 50%. It's really impressive accuracy from Fry so far in this one. 228 yards, and there's 3 touchdowns. 1 to Brenniger, 1 to Stone, and 1 to Bush. You mentioned that Bush one right before the half. Brenniger's 4 catches for 71 yards to lead the team. And Stone really doing a great job. Has 7 carries for 43 yards, as well as 3 catches for 79 yards. So over 100 yards combined for Landon Stone through the air and on the ground. And for Poca, Wolf also doing well with accuracy. 7 of 11 complete 7 of 11 passes for a touchdown and 139 yards. Also carried for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. Doing those sweeps around the right side, been successful. Woodard Jones, 5 carries for 29 yards, also has 4 catches for 48 yards, so well on his pace for over 100 yards total of offense. And Ethan Payne with 4 catches for 107 yards, or excuse me, Toby Payne, 4 catches for 107 yards and a touchdown, and then 3 carries for 21. So both offenses really coming alive there in that second quarter. Let's see if it carries into the third quarter now that they have some time to kind of look at things.
Poca back out of the locker room just a few moments ago, starting to warm up. Scott has been over on that far side of the field for a little while now. So they came back out ready to rock for this second half of play. But we'll take a look at some scores from around the Mountain State now. And we'll get to some scores of interest in Class AA, since we're here in this 1 versus 9 matchup. Latest score update we have from Herbert Hoover and Mingo Central is scoreless in the first quarter, but I'm sure the game's well along by now. Point Pleasant taking on Man coming up from Class Single A. Point Pleasant leading 21-7 in the second quarter. A top 15 matchup in terms of seedings, but Moorfield out of Class Single A, number 4, trailing number 15 Kaiser 16-7. Here's a top 5 matchup between undefeated Independence and 6-1 Nicholas County. Independence number 4, Nicholas County number 5, and it's Independence leading 35-7 in the third quarter there. Number 6 Lincoln over Liberty Harrison right now, 20-7 your score in the third quarter there. North Marion number 8 in Class AA leading 48-0 over Oak Glen. That's your halftime score. Frankfort leads 14-0 over Elkins. Logan, who this Poca team took on last week and won by 2, leads by 12 at the half over Chapmanville, 18-6. Grafton, number 14 in Class AA, leads 20-0 over Buchanan Upshur out of Class AAA in the third quarter. 20-10, your score. Winfield, number 16 in Class AA, taking on Nitro tonight. Scoreless affair there so far from our last update, and the Generals will travel to Scott next week to take on the Skyhawks, and I believe that's where Will Vance and I will be heading for our game of the week next week. So we'll see these Skyhawks once again, and we'll see Winfield again after seeing them 2 weeks ago. And then at halftime, Sissonville leads Wayne, our other game for high school game day this evening. The Indians lead the Pioneers 24-16 at the half. Now some Class AAA scores just before we get ready to start the second half. A top 3 matchup between undefeateds. Number 1, Martinsburg, and number 3, Jefferson. Martinsburg at the half, 22-3 your score there. Number 2, Huntington undefeated but trailing on the road at number 8, South Charleston. Black Eagles lead 14-10 over the Highlanders. Also a matchup of undefeateds in Class AAA. Number 7, Bridgeport at number 4, Princeton. It's all Bridgeport right now. 35-7 your halftime score. And Cabell Midland taking on Parkersburg South, leading 43-21 at the half. About to get underway here at Poca. Dots kicking off to start the second half after starting the first half with the football. Deep kick is away. It'll bounce inside the 10 and roll all the way down into the end zone for a touchback.
Scott coming back out here after having scored just at the end of the half. Let's see if they want to keep throwing or maybe not play more conservative, but maybe try to get that running game going a little bit more after they were really passing to make up for the time there at the end of the second quarter.
What a huge swing, though, of momentum for Scott to take the lead there before the end of the half and get the football right back. If they can score here, that would be a huge boost to that defense's confidence coming back out to start the second half. Snap comes back to Fry. Quick handoff goes to Cooper Martin off the right side. Martin has a nice gain up across the 20, up across the 30, still fighting his way forward. And he'll be brought down around the 35-yard line. A nice run there for Cooper Martin on 1st and 10 on the opening play of the second half. Take this opportunity to thank all of you out there watching tonight's broadcast, however you may be tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, or RSN Sports website or HD Media's site. Appreciate you taking time out of your Friday night to join us for high school football action here in West Virginia tonight at Poca High School for this top 10 matchup. Scott, 1st and 10 after the 15-yard gain, hands it right back to Martin, and basically the same play. Martin cuts back in, drops the shoulder down, and makes a nice hit. Brought down just shy of the first down marker. Had a great block from his fullback, Landon Stone, who you saw there getting up off the grass a moment ago. Helped spring Martin for a couple extra yards. They're going to be about a half yard shy. Really, maybe even half the length of the football from the first down. Give him 9 on that first down carry. Bring up 2nd and a short 1.
It's a wide open playbook.
Handoff right back to him once again. Nice carry again there by Martin as he gets up near midfield. 2 first down carries and 3 plays to start the half for the Skyhawks offense.
Adam Stone was really the primary ball carrier for Sky in that first half. Martin had only 12 yards in that first half, already well over that, and just see 3 carries here in the second. So, getting back to their primary ball carrier.
Up to the 49-yard line. Hand it off to him once again. Same play, rinse and repeat for the Skyhawks, but this time the Dots are pretty much all over it.
Seemed like 4 was one too many to try to run that sweep out to the right side. More of an off tackle than sweep.
Yeah, spot it back at the 40, down to the 49 of Poca. So a 2-yard run there officially, but much less than the previous 3 runs on that same play from Cooper Martin. So Skyhawks in Poca territory here in the opening drive of the second half. Leading by 1, hoping to expand that lead here on this drive. Fake the handoff goes to Martin, a reverse attempt there, and as Martin put it into the belly of Landon Stone, it came right back out and went onto the ground, but fortunately the Skyhawks are able to recover. There is a penalty flag down over on the far side of the field. And another late flag comes in.
I don't know what that could possibly, I mean, the players weren't even next to each other. I mean,
I think somebody may have said something that was targeted toward an official, because somebody from that Dot defense is having a stern talking to right there by one of the officials. Yeah, personal foul on Poca. And I think we're still waiting to find out what the second penalty is.
I believe that was just the personal foul for jawing at the official, I believe.
Well, because, again, there was a second one that was thrown. So there's the one that's over at about the 36, 37, and then there was the one that came in after that one, well after that. So, okay, so we had a personal foul that was the first one, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct tacked on after that, I think. Yeah, they're getting ready to march off another 15. So 30 yards in penalties here against the Dots. And the Poca near sideline is absolutely livid.
Well, now we've got another. I'm running over to the coach now.
Yeah, coming over to talk to Seth Ramsey, and he wants an explanation as to why that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty was thrown. Because, again, Will, you were right. The entire defense was a good 5 yards away from an official, so somebody had to have said something loud enough to catch an official's ear and for a flag to be thrown. And if you're Seth Ramsey, you just want an explanation as to what was going on.
Yeah, I doubt they're going to be able to tell him anything that satisfies him on that aspect.
Yeah, not satisfied, but he is going to walk away. And his defense is setting up now, facing 1st and 10 against the Skyhawk offense just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 for Scott from the 21-yard line after a personal foul and then a dead ball unsportsmanlike conduct against Poca. Handoff goes to Martin, cut it back inside. Martin escapes out of one tackle, loses the football. Skyhawks are able to jump back on top of it, but guess what? We see another piece of yellow laundry out of the field, and that's not yellow from the Skyhawks uniforms.
I believe that one's a more simple holding there. We'll find out.
We'll find out momentarily. Again, the fumble, and it is going to be a hold on Scott. Plenty of flags flying here in this contest tonight. Our referee, Fred McPherson, there in the white hat. Getting plenty of use out of that microphone this evening. First and 20 now for Scott from the Poca 30-yard line. First and 19, rather, excuse me. Fry in the shotgun, hands it off to Stone. Stone breaks out of an ankle tackle, keeping his legs moving, gets down inside the 30.
And wouldn't you know?
And yeah, there's another flag. And that one's going to be against the Dots, it looks like. Waiting to find out what the official flag is for. Saw him point at Poca, didn't see him signal anything just yet.
Incidental face mask.
Okay, so that should be, I believe that's a 5-yard penalty. But it is an automatic first down if I'm not mistaken.
It appears to be.
Yeah, first and 10 now from the 21. Jet sweep coming to the near side, and that is Brinegar taking that jet sweep to the near side. Inside the 20. Mark him down at the 17. Will be just more than 4 minutes in as the snap comes. Fry under some pressure, almost tripped up, somehow stays on his feet, unloads it, and that one's almost picked off by Woodward Jones.
Yeah, great job by Fry to escape the sack, but I mean there were about three dots between that pass and his intended receiver.
He somehow found magic twice in the second quarter on plays almost like that. Almost came up on the wrong side of a pick there. But Woodward Jones unable to pull it in, and that brings up third down for the Skyhawk offense. And now they're telling them to reset the play clock, I believe. Yeah, having some issues with the play clock. .54 to go. Still holding up play. Because the game clock should be rolling. I believe, right? Jet sweep. Near side to Brinegar. Brinegar broke out a 1, but couldn't evade the second effort by the Poca defense. And no flag there that time. So that'll bring up fourth down for the Scott offense. And gotta stay out there and go for it here. Leading by 1. Opening drive of this third quarter. Drive began all the way back at their own 20. Now down to the 16, 4th and 6. Snap back to Fry. He'll drop back to pass. Rolling out to his right. Floats it out. And that one overthrown, looking for Brinegar. And he was under double coverage. Toby Payne underneath. Malachi Woodward Jones over the top. And that incompletion turns the ball over to the Dots. We'll start 1st and 10 from their own 16. But coming out for the first time here in the third quarter, with 5:02 having come off the clock already.
Yeah, Scott was really able to execute kind of what we've seen several teams try to do when they come in here to play Poca, is just kind of play ball control offense. You know, not necessarily looking to take the top off necessarily, but just kind of wore down there at the end. So now Poca has the ball back, plenty of room to plenty of yardage to make up to try to take the lead though.
Handoff goes up the middle to Woodward Jones and pick up a couple on first down. Second and 8 upcoming for the Dots offense, trailing by 1 here almost midway through the third quarter. But again, just out there for the first time here in the second half after a 5-minute drive by the Scott offense. Toss sweep out to the near side to Woodward Jones, trying to set up the block. Well, Rose sets up the block for him. Woodward Jones breaks out of a couple of tackles before he's finally brought down by Christian Cooper. Not before he picks up the first down. Gets up to the 30-yard line. Chains will reset over on the far side as Wolf comes back over with the play call from the sideline. Now the halfway point here in this third quarter. Wolf lined up in the shotgun. Going to roll out to his left on a designed quarterback power. Drops the shoulder down and trying to fight his way forward up toward the 35-yard line. Nice run there by the quarterback, Wolf.
Wolf averaging 6 yards a carry on his designed run so far, including those 2 touchdowns of 6 and 12 yards.
5-yard run there. Brings up 2nd and 5. One receiver split out to the far side of the field. 2 to the near side. Wolf drops back to pass. Loading with deep, looking for Toby Payne, and that pass is broken up this time. Skyhawk defense says, I don't think so. You're not going to get us a third time throwing it over the top to Toby Payne. David Finnessy comes up to make the stop. The freshman free safety does a great job of getting the hand in there that time to knock that one away from Toby Payne.
And same design play, having lined up in the slot and run down the seam, but like he said, they'd seen it one too many times and were more prepared for it that time.
So 3rd and 5 now for the offense for the Dots. Trailing by 1. Wolf drops back to pass, slings it out into the flat to Woodward Jones, and he bobbles it and drops it. Incompletion brings up 4th and 5, and he had the space to pick up the first down if he could just haul it in.
And Woodward Jones with already 4 catches in this one. Really the same design that really got him those previous catches, him just kind of rolling out towards the right side, but unable to haul that one in. And after we've seen 6 touchdowns in the second quarter, we've seen 2 back-to-back punts here in the third.
Allen Withrow punts it away. Bounce for the Dots down inside the 25, and it went out of bounds right at the 20. 4:38 to go here in this third quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break and then be back with more high school game day action right after this.
Joan, your internet service is horribly slow and terribly unreliable.
Yes, Joan. It's time to make a change.
But don't worry, there's Frontier fiber optic internet. It has 25 times faster upload speeds than cable.
Woo! And you can use all your devices at the same time.
And look at weird stuff like me all night long.
Wow, that is really weird.
All night long.
That's right, Joan.
We all agreed.
See the light. Switch to fiber. Frontier fiber optic internet.
Back here, Poca High School, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our Media Center crew. Happy to have you with us here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. And our game sponsor for tonight, fantastic folks at Walker Chevrolet. Gene and Ryan Walker treat you like family, making friends one deal at a time. Second possession of the second half for the Skyhawks. And having some problems up here in the press box with the game clock. I think that game clock started rolling before it should have. So they had to stop play from resuming. Yeah, about 5 seconds rolled off the clock there. They started the clock too early. And now we've got 44 minutes and 30 seconds. They're going to get that fixed for us. Much to
that is kind of how that second quarter felt with all that scoring.
Yeah, that was a lengthy second quarter after a fast-moving first quarter. It was a scoreless first quarter again. But in the second quarter, we had 6 total touchdowns there between Scott and Poca. First down and 10 for the Skyhawks. Handoff goes to Cooper Martin. Martin breaks through the line of scrimmage, and he's into the secondary, and he lost the football. Toby Payne punches it out across midfield. Excellent job by him on the pursuit to punch that ball out from Cooper Martin's hands, but there is a flag down over on the far side of the field.
I'm trying to see how this one shakes out.
So as of right now, it was a long run by Cooper Martin. Took it from the 20 up across midfield, so it'd be about a 32-yard run, and then fumble by him, recovered by Woodard Jones for the Dots. But again, there is a flag from over on the far side of the field. Officials telling the Skyhawk players to back away so they can confer there at the 30-yard line, which you're seeing right now on your screens. And it was on the back side of the play, so Will and I have no clue what that flag is.
Judging from where it is, you'd presume it's in the territory of holding, but, you know, like we said, we kind of were watching the football, so it was hard to tell, but a lot of discussion going on, and what they're trying to figure out, well, let's just let them
thought
finish.
They knew. Yeah, Fred McPherson now going to break from that huddle, and he's going to give us our official ruling here in just a moment. So they're going to say a face mask on Jacob Paul, the freshman defensive end for Poca, and that negates the fumble recovery. This one's getting a little out of hand, folks. Seth Ramsey out near the numbers, talking to Fred McPherson. Now he's out at the numbers and continuing to have words with Fred McPherson.
He's got to be careful there. I mean, the way they've already penalized players for words. Well, now the ball's moving again. So count for that.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty from the original line of scrimmage and an automatic first down now for Scott. And again, that negates what was a turnover for the Poca defense. It was a 32-yard run from Cooper Martin. Toby Payne punched the football out. Woodard Jones jumped on top of it, and then the penalty came on the backside. And you can hear the boo birds rain down here at OO White Stadium. Martin gets the handoff now on a fresh first down. Carries it up across the 40, near the 45. Toby Payne making the tackle there. 8-yard gain for Martin to the 48. Excuse me, the 43. And the flags have been flying all night long, folks. Second and 2 now. Handoff to Martin again. This coming left side. Cut it back in the middle. And he'll have the first down and a couple extra yards after that. Up across the 45. Pickup of at least 3 yards. And I'll spot him at the 46, so a 3-yard pickup. Man in motion is Stone. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep. Now he cuts back inside, and now he's met by a couple of Poca defenders, and we've got another flag down. And this one in the vicinity of a hold. Wait for Mr. McPherson's official ruling though. And it'll be a hold on the Skyhawks. Back them up 10. Now this time to the cheers of the Poca fans on the near sideline. So first and long now for Scott after the hold. Ball back at the 38-yard line. Fry in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fake the handoff. Throw across the middle. That's caught by Preston Cooper. Cooper up across midfield and back into Poca territory. Great throw on that skinny post to the tight end Cooper. Just his second catch of the night, sixth catch of the year. His fifth catch of the year was for that touchdown back in the second quarter with 3:21 to go that put Scott on top for the first time tonight, 14-13.
As prolific as Scott's quarterback Fry was in that first half, only his first completion in the second half after 2 incompletions previously.
2nd and 6 now for the Skyhawks offense. Handoff up the middle to the fullback. And he is quickly wrapped up by the big man, and I mean the big man. 315, 6'2", Byron Cunningham slings him to the ground. Short yard gain there by Stone. Pick up maybe 2, bring up 3rd and 4. Under 2 to go here in the third quarter. A scoreless third quarter so far. Just the third possession by an offense here in this second half so far. Dots trying to force a fourth down, and they'll do it. Great job there by that defensive front. Stretch the play out wide and then bring him down. Allen Withrow bringing him down on that stop for the Poca defense. Fourth down now for the Scott offense. Scott bringing personnel in and out, figuring out exactly what they're going to do. It looks like they are going to punt it away as Logan Stone got a towel thrown into him so he could wipe his hands off so he can cleanly snap the ball because he is the long snapper. And now before the play can initiate, play is stopped after a timeout called by Scott. So with 52 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Scott still leads 21-20, but 4th down and 5 upcoming for him. We'll find out what they do when we come back. Right after this, you're watching High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
Looking for a friendly bank that you can turn to in your community? Bank where the decisions on your needs are made locally. With online banking and 7 locations. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
Taking a look over at the Scott side of the field, huddled up over there, talking things over for this 4th and 5 upcoming. Ball at the Poca 48-yard line, and Scott leading by 1 here on the road in this top 10 matchup. Number 9, Skyhawks, and the number 1, Poca Dots. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, happy to have you with us and our Media Center crew here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, brought to you by HD Media. And this has been a heck of a ball game so far, Will. Almost 3 quarters in the books, and 2 of those 3 have been scoreless so far with 52 seconds to go in the third.
Yeah, you know, I don't. This might be a unique situation in football I've seen where all the scoring comes in such a flurry in that second quarter, but Scott trying to change that right here.
Gonna go for it on 4th and 5. Or at least try the hard count. Fry under center. No biting from the Poca defense so far. 5 seconds on the play clock. Down to 2. 1. And no snap comes from Scott. They'll take the delay of game and back it up 5 yards. And give their punter, I believe that should be Kevin Neal, some extra room to work with. Yeah, that is going to be Kevin Neal out to punt it away. Was expecting Isaac Setzer to punt it away coming into tonight, but it appears that...
Well, looks more like Martin's lining him up back there to punt.
Oh, yeah, now correction. That's Cooper Martin lined up to punt. Martin gets a nice one away. Takes a bounce just in front of the 20. Toby Payne catches it inside the 15. Breaks out a one-arm tackle. Shoves another defender off. Forces 2 more off of him. And he's finally forced out of bounds just across the 30. Yeah. Cooper Martin on the year coming into tonight. 3 punts. Had an average of 40 yards a punt, almost 41.
Not too bad at all.
Not a bad punt there for him. That extra 5 yards certainly helped him out a little bit, getting him a little bit more distance, because you never know how it would have gone if it had bounced and then Payne would have been a little farther. But now the Poca offense comes back out for just the second time here in this third quarter. 39 seconds left to go in this third quarter. And the Dots trail by 1, 21-20. Quarterback power for Wolf. And Wolf dragged down to the ground. And seen one of the coaches from Poca sprinting from the near spot close to us in front of our broadcast position all the way down to where the play ended. It was about a 30-yard sprint for him to come down there. I think he was looking to try and make a case for a face mask. But I think I saw the Scott player grab around the collar of the jersey, and it just looked worse than it actually was, as no flag did come out. Yeah, Scott player is stretching out on the near sideline with 30 seconds to go. While he's stretching out, we'll thank some of our sponsors for tonight. Frontier Communications for sponsoring our broadcast studio, our broadcast booth this evening for our RSN Sports and HD Media broadcast. Thomas Health System, Dutch Miller, Charleston, Poca Valley Bank, Ben Salengo Law, Army Recruiting of West Virginia, Parmar Stores, Adelphia Sports Bar and Grill, where usually that's the site of the Dutch Miller Tailgate Show during the week on Wednesdays. Dana Farrell and the crew kicking it down there, eating some great food, talking about some high school sports action across the Mountain State. So West Virginia Coal Association, we keep the lights on. Stevens Auto and Martin Transport looking for drivers. We're getting closer to the fourth quarter where we will make our pick for Chick-fil-A Southridge Player of the Game. And again, Will, we might be looking at a wire decision for that this week, as we've got ourselves another close ball game.
Plenty of options, plenty of guys who really made big contributions in this game for both sides. So, I mean, it really depends on who makes that final big play.
Back ready to resume play after the Scott player gets up off the grass. Wolf fires one out to Woodward Jones on the near side. That's caught this time. He's finally dragged down after he gets up across the 45. Isaac Doss, the senior cornerback, makes the tackle, but not before Woodward Jones makes a first down grab.
Nearly 60 yards now receiving for Woodward Jones. Most of them looking just like that. You're on the near side of the field, just kind of leaking out and giving his quarterback someone to go with it.
1st and 10 now from the 46-yard line for the Dots. Play action fake. Wolf trying to throw a slant, and that pass is broken up at the line of scrimmage. Excellent job by the guys up front to get a hand up and knock that down. I believe that was Ty Mitchell freshman defensive lineman getting his paws up there. 2nd and 10 now for the Dots offense. Clock stopped with 3 seconds to go here in this third quarter. This will be the final play of the quarter. Handoff goes to Woodward Jones off the right side. He's across midfield and drops a shoulder as Brenniger forces him out in Scott territory. And that is the final play of this third quarter. They'll take a quick trip to flip ends of the field and then throw 12 fresh minutes up on the scoreboard. There it is. We head to the fourth. Scott on the road leads as the number 9 team in Class AA over number 1 ranked and undefeated Poca. Find out if the Skyhawks can hold on to the lead and pull it out on the road right after this as we come back for fourth quarter action on the RSN Sports Network powered by HD Media right after this.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
Back here, fourth quarter action about to get underway at Poca High School. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our Media Center crew happy to have you with us this evening for this top 10 AA battle between Scott and Poca. And it's been living up to this top 10 matchup coming into the night so far this evening. All of our scoring came in the second quarter, with 5 of those 6 touchdowns coming in the second half of the second quarter.
And the back and forth nature and just how close this game been, it feels like it should be tied, but it's not. Poca down here, trailing by 1 at home. You know, that missed field goal, missed extra point could be a big factor here as we go forward in the fourth quarter.
3rd and medium. Wolf on a quarterback sneak almost, but just took off like on a beeline down the line and went toward the end. And he'll have enough for the first down as he picks up more yardage after that. But guess what? There's another flag down on the field. And the clock is continuing to run. For some reason, we can't figure out how to stop the clock here in the booth. So they finally get it corrected. Back 11:54. And a face mask on the defense. So that'll be an automatic first down for Poca's offense as they'll be just outside the red zone. Ball just inside the 25-yard line. As they now move it to just inside the 25-yard line. There it goes. Fresh set of downs for the Dots. Wolf lines up under center. Going to keep it himself on a quarterback power. Sets up the blocks in front of him. Fighting toward the end zone, and he'll be stopped shy. Got down inside the 10, and right around the 5 is spun down. Now he's going to have to make that long run from the far side of the field to come to the near side to get the play call.
That play has been so effective for Poca throughout this game. It's really the way he scored his 2 rushing touchdowns earlier in this one, 20 yards there. Real good job by Wolf on the ground, in addition to over 100, right at 150 yards through the air.
1st and goal from the 9 for the Dots. Trying to take the lead back here just into the fourth quarter. Hand off to Toby Payne. Payne drops his shoulder, powers his way down, and he'll be stopped shy of the end zone. But a good power run there on 1st and goal from the 9. Sets up Poca 2nd and short. From the 3-yard line, I believe now. 2nd and goal from the 3. So a 6-yard run there. Payne lined up in the backfield again. Wolf under center, takes a snap, Goes right up the middle. Quarterback sneaking. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Dots. Poca takes back the lead, 26-21. 10:26 to go in the fourth. Wolf with his third rushing touchdown of the evening. This one from 3 yards out. And the Dots going to line up and go for two, try to make it a 7-point game instead of just a 6-point lead. Actually, excuse me, I thought they were lining up for two, but now I see Starcher stretching it out and wearing himself up for the extra point.
Interesting that they're not going for the two there, but
Starcher gets a clean kick
flag,
up. But
though.
yeah, we've got a flag coming in late. Shot block against the Dots. And Starcher trying to pull back his teammate, Campbell Meeks. So chop block on Poca. That'll back him up, and they'll retry the point after attempt. So Starcher will have to try to put it through once again. Earlier, he missed his second point after try on Toby Payne's 58-yard touchdown catch. 5:09 to go in the first half. And that was the difference in that first half. Now he'll have to try from even farther back.
Essentially a pretty good distance field goal now.
Yeah, he's spotting it up from the 25. So this is a 35-yard point after try. Payne the holder. Gets the hold down. Kick is a beaut. Is it through the uprights? No, it's not. Wide to the right, or wide left rather, from his perspective. Just missed it. And we've got ourselves a 5-point ball game. Scoreboard is still wrong. Should be 26-21 here in the fourth quarter. They added the extra point prematurely from where the chop block happened, and they still haven't corrected it yet. But 10:26 to go. Now they finally get it up there. 10:26 to go here in this fourth quarter. Dots lead now 26-20, but have missed 2 extra points. Make this a 5-point ball game. Thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. Walker Chevrolet, Gene and Ryan Walker treat you like family, making friends one deal at a time there at Walker Chevrolet. Frontier Communications Studio, here our broadcast booth this evening. Proud to be partnered with Frontier Communications. Thomas Health, Dutch Miller Charleston, Poca Valley Bank, Ben Salango Law, Army Recruiting of West Virginia, Parmar Stores, Adelphia Sports Bar and Grill, West Virginia Coal Association, we keep the lights on, Stevens Auto, and Martin Transport looking for drivers. And we'll have our Chick-fil-A Player of the Game coming up at the conclusion of tonight's ball game, because I don't think we're going to have a chance to make one announcement before then, because this has been a back-and-forth battle all night long. But Jordan Wolf certainly making a case for Player of the Game. 3 rushing touchdowns, also has a passing touchdown as well. Kickoff is returned up by Brenniger over on the far side. Brenniger brings it up across the 40 and will give Scott good field position to start this next drive.
Let's see what Scott does here. It seems like throughout the third quarter, they try to get back to the running game, get Martin and Stone going, but Fry already with nearly 250 passing yards here. Through the air, also a possibility, plenty of time here for Scott to really run their offense and work this ball down the field.
Scott in the second half has turned it over on downs and punted. Just the third possession of the second half for the Skyhawks, because their first 2 have been long ones. Next pass attempt is tipped into the air by the receiver Bush, and it's intercepted. Campbell Meeks, the junior cornerback, makes the deflected interception and gives the ball back to his offense.
That might be the game-breaking play that really changes this, giving the Dots the ball in scoring territory, at least in Skyhawk territory. Really the first turnover, I believe. Well, there was a fumble early in the first quarter, but since then it has been turnover-free until that errant pass.
Yeah, other than the turnover on downs to start the third quarter, the Skyhawks had just that one turnover on their opening drive of the first quarter and had a turnover erased because of a personal foul against Poca earlier on. So now Dot offense back out on the field at midfield. Handoff goes to Woodard Jones. He will cut his way inside and carve up 3 yards, rather 4 yards, down to the 46.
Woodard Jones now with 8 carries for 51 yards and has 59 through the air, so 110 all-purpose yards so far for Woodard Jones. Really a workhorse here for the Dots all season long.
Wolf brings in the play call from the near sideline. Dots break the huddle. I formation upcoming for Poca. Payne the fullback, Woodard Jones the tailback. But it's a quarterback power, and Wolf is immediately swallowed up. Cody Nance and Gavin Sutphin make the stop there and bring him down for a loss. Back to the 50-yard line. 4-yard loss on that run by Wolf. So 3rd and 11 upcoming for Poca. Trying to keep the drive alive after the tip interception by Campbell Meeks. Snap comes back to Wolf, looking across the middle of the field under some pressure, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down for a sack. Christian Cooper brings him down from behind, making the start in place of the senior defensive end Eli White, and Christian Cooper, the senior, makes a big play there for the Scott defense, forcing 4th down and a potential punt upcoming for the Dots.
What a stand by Scott, presuming Poca punts here, which certainly seems like, well,
Withrow is going to line
preparing
back
to punt
up.
there. What a stand there for the Skyhawks defense, being put in a bad position, driving Poca back and forcing this punt here.
Withrow may have had it blocked, a short kick that bounces out of bounds in front of the line to gain for the Dots. That was a 10-yard punt again. I think that got blocked.
It looked like it may have, but it came off of his foot. It's been coming off his foot funny whether it's been blocked or not, but not what they necessarily wanted there. Skyhawks basically getting the ball close to where they were before the interception. I mean,
yeah, it's essentially in the exact same spot. 1st and 10 now for the Skyhawks from their own 40-yard line.
Now just about a minute less on the clock, I guess.
Yeah, time off now, the clock under 8 minutes. Skyhawks trail by 5 on the road in this top 10 matchup. Handoff goes to Cooper Martin off the left side. Martin fighting his way forward, gets down near the 45-yard line. Give him 4 yards.
Martin, 14 carries, 58 yards so far in this one. Really been, the guy in the middle trying to drive forward for those tough yards.
He has been the workhorse carrying the ball tonight for the Skyhawks offense. We said he would be. 75 more carries than any other player on this team as he gets the 2nd down handoff, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 1st down, a couple yards short.
He has pretty good patience when he's getting in there towards the hole, giving it just a little bit of time to let something develop in front of him before he bursts forward to get that yardage.
And they're going to bring the chains over just to measure it because actually they spotted him close to the 1st down. I thought he was still a yard or two shy, but By the time they now stretch it all the way out, yeah, he is going to be short of the yard to gain by about a yard. Not really sure why they felt the need to.
Especially with it
I
so close to that sideline.
I get it's a short distance for the chain gang to have to go, but that looked well short of the first down to gain. At least they stopped the clock with 7 minutes so they could get that instead of the clock inadvertently rolling.
Which it has been prone to.
3rd and 1. Run up the middle, and he should have enough for it. That quarterback keeper by Fry. Yep, that is enough for the first down. Got into Poca territory at the 48. Scott defense did its job after the interception by the offense on the previous drive. Forced the punt from Poca. Now can the offense get back into scoring position? Down by 5. 6:20 and change to go here in the fourth quarter. Play action fake. Fry looking deep down the far sideline, and it's just out of the hands of Brinegar. And they're going to say no pass interference there as Brinegar was fighting with Campbell Meeks to catch that football. Meeks, the man who made the interception on the last defensive series for the Dots, off of the tip.
Fry only one of his last 5, including an interception. Not nearly as productive as he was there in that first half, especially in that second quarter.
2nd and 10 now for the Skyhawks from the Poca 48-yard line. 6:15 to go in this one. This has been one heck of a matchup this evening here in Poca. Cardinal Conference matchup as it's a toss out to the near side to Martin. Martin tries to cut it back in, and LaRose got enough of him to slow him down so he couldn't cut the corner up. And then the rest of the defense finishes him off as he'll be brought down at the 46. 2-yard run there on the toss to Cooper Martin.
Big play coming here for this Skyhawk offense. Probably in a position where you would have to punt it here if they were not to convert here.
3rd and long for the Skyhawks.
With the time left, maybe four down territory as well.
Play action fake. Fry wants to throw over the middle. Pass tipped up and incomplete. Brandon Moore knocks the pass away. It was intended for Landon Stone, and that will bring up 4th down. Fry heads over to the far sideline to talk with his coach about the play call here they want to come up with on 4th down. Glenn Fry, offensive coordinator, chatting with Fry. Matt Fry. And they are going to go for it on offense here. 4th down and 8 for the Skyhawks. Martin next to Fry in the shotgun. And before the snap comes back, a timeout requested and granted to the Dots. 5:27 to go here in the fourth quarter. Poca with the lead over Scott. 26-21. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action right after this here on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media.
In the history of Dutch Miller Hyundai, there has never been a better time to trade in your car. Because of major supply chain disruptions, your vehicle is worth more than it ever has been. Even if you're not looking to trade in your car, we're interested in buying your vehicle at up to 30% above fair market value. We have customers trading in their vehicles that are getting more now than they paid for it. Learn more and text or chat now at DutchMillerHyundai.com.
Come check out the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles with friends and family pricing for everyone.
Back here, Poca High School, fourth quarter action, 5:27 to go. Number 1, Poca leads number 9, Scott, 26-21. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, and our Media Center crew, happy to have you along with us this evening. And we've got ourselves another exciting one here on our high school game day broadcasts and our game of the week. All but one touchdown in this game came in the second quarter. Dots trailed at the half 21-20 after taking the lead to start the second quarter. But then Poca scored at the top of this fourth quarter to take this 26-21 lead. 2 missed extra points, the difference on the scoreboard so far for Poca. Should be a 7-point lead. Instead, lead by just 5. 4th and 8 for the Skyhawks on the way. Fry takes the snap, drops back to pass. A slant to Stone, and it's complete. He has the first down and then some. Got down inside the 30, down to the 32-yard line. What a slant there from Stone, and he was wide open.
Yeah, great job there. I mean, basically the play they were looking to run several times, trying to look for one of their better receivers. Able to find them, and they were able to get past the yard line, yards to gain, and really tough running there to try to get as much as he could out of that.
He'll give him down to the 31. So a 15-yard catch, I believe, there from Stone, if my math is right. First and 10 for the Skyhawks from the 31 of Poca. Man in motion is Brenniger coming to the near side on a jet sweep. Forced out of bounds as Andrew Young, the middle linebacker, makes the hit on him. Forced out inside the 30 down to the 28. So 4-yard pickup there. Second down for the Skyhawks. 5:09 to go in this ball game. Scott trailing by 5. Snap comes back to Fry. Handoff goes to Martin. Martin down to the 25. And he'll pick up a couple on second down. Bring up 3rd and short for Scott. McPherson trying to roll that play clock. Now it's finally moving.
Another spot where they will almost surely go for it on 4th if they're not able to convert here.
3rd and 3. Handoff goes to Martin. Martin off the left side, and he's tripped up. But as he falls forward, he has enough for the first down. 1st and 10 upcoming for Scott, just outside the red zone.
71 yards on 18 carries now for Martin. 18 carries so far in this one.
Give him 5 yards on that one. Bush comes to the near side. Brenniger up top. Stone just off the line as a wing to the left of the formation. Handoff goes to Martin, pulling center. Handoff carried by Martin inside the 20. Nice gain there on 1st and 10.
Adam, if the Skyhawks are able to go ahead on this drive, Poca's not going to have a lot of time after this. I mean, they have not been in any hurry to move this ball down as the fourth quarter starts to wane.
No, but you got to remember Poca's big play ability, could hit it at just about any time, especially with a playmaker like Toby Payne. Had a 58-yard touchdown catch, a 42-yard catch as well, so big plays from him tonight. Fry keeps it himself, runs out of bounds inside the 15. A good play there for the sophomore quarterback to get out of bounds, avoid taking the hit. And the clock is still running, even though he ran out of bounds. And the Poca coaching staff on the near side can't believe it because the press box is essentially screwing the home team. Because, again, he should have been forced out of bounds with about 3 minutes, and that clock is still rolling.
Should be about at least 3:30.
I think it should be 3 minutes. This has been an ongoing problem this evening with the clock operators. From the play clock, the game clock, it's been out of sync seemingly all night.
Now both coaching staffs out trying to figure out, unless he didn't go out of bounds.
So they're talking things over now, trying to figure it all out. Should be about 3 minutes left to go in this game. It's a 5-point lead for Poca here at home in their final home game of the year. So they're asking them to reset it to 3 minutes exactly. Scott taking this opportunity to have another quick word with their coaching staff, talk things over on this upcoming 3rd and 3. And Scott's ready to run the play, but the officials aren't ready to let them run it because they're trying to make certain that the scoreboard is good to go. And we're being told the control panel for the scoreboard here in the press box has stopped working. I don't think that's been relayed down to the field quite yet, though.
Well, they're saying it's going to be now at 3 minutes, but, you know, Poca's coach are trying to stop it because it was running down, and now it's going to be even less than when they were saying, hey, it should have stopped. I don't know how it equals out to 3 minutes here after.
Well, now the clock's moving. So under 3 minutes to go now. They've apparently got that control panel back working again. 3rd and 3 for Scott. Fry keeping it himself, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield, but a flag comes in late.
I think it was supposed to get false start there.
So that'll back Scott up 5 yards. 3rd and 8 now upcoming. Spot the ball back at the 19-yard line.
I think Hurricanes coaching staff, Poca's coaching staff spent much more time on the field on this game than on the sideline. Just a lot of, outside the normal coaching being on the field, just a lot of discussion with the refs and a lot of jumping.
3rd and 8 from the 19 of Poca for the Skyhawks upcoming. 2:44 to go here in the 4th quarter. Fry drops back to pass, has some time now under pressure, rolling out deeply to the right, airing it out, throwing to the near side, and that's incomplete. Toby Payne was the only player in the vicinity. And Poca wanting an intentional grounding.
And I think they might have a case for it.
And there it comes. Yeah, here, the late flag coming in. There wasn't anybody within the vicinity of that pass attempt for Scott. So, yeah, that's what it is. It's an intentional grounding. And it was already 4th down. So.
Oh, yep, that's a loss of.
Yeah, I mean, the loss of down, it was already 4th down, so it's a turnover on downs regardless. But they're just going to march some extra yards off because of the penalty.
And Fry did his best to try to make that a legal pass, but just going across his body like that was just too much.
Well, now Dolan's all the way out inside the hash marks at the 35-yard line, talking with one of the officials. Again, this game's getting out of hand, and now we've got a personal foul, or not a personal foul, rather, an unsportsmanlike conduct, I'm sure that's going to come against Dolan. And he throws his headset down. And that's just not doing you any more favors. Coaching staff trying to calm him down.
Poca fans doing the best they can to make sure he doesn't get calmed down.
And what makes that even worse is, again, now after the intentional grounding and the turnover on downs with the penalty yardage there, you tack on an extra 15 because of Coach Dolan's antics.
At this point, I have no idea where they're going to place this ball, but it's going to be Poca ball, and
yeah, it'll be at the Scott 46-yard line.
Wow.
So again, I mean, that's a free 30 yards basically on 2 plays or 2 penalties right there. That's effectively, setting Scott up to not be able to pull this one out with 2:35 to go. It's going to take a heck of a defensive stand for the Skyhawks to get the football back here. 2 timeouts left. Excuse me,
wait
it's still
second.
fourth.
Skyhawks ball still somehow.
I thought the loss of down on fourth would have ended it, but apparently not. 4th and a country mile for the Skyhawks. Fry has all day to throw. Finally throws it back to the middle of the field. That's caught by Stone around the 40. Spins out of 1 tackle. Can't get away from the 3rd hit. And now the possession ends for Scott.
Well, now we even have a lot of jawing going between these players. I don't know why these helmets are coming off.
Yeah, this is taking an interesting turn, folks. Alan Withrow trying to get his helmet back and get his helmet on. He's going to have to come off. It's been a wild one, folks, to say the least. 2:23 left in this ball game. Dots back with the football now. They'll have it at their own 41-yard line and a 5-point lead to work with. Scott defense has come up big several times tonight. Held this Poca offense scoreless in 2 different quarters. Giving up just the 1 touchdown here in the 4th so far.
And even in this quarter did a fantastic job of when they were backed up after that interception of forcing the ball back into, forcing Poca to punt after the interception. So called on again to really be big for this team. And here's a flag.
I think they're getting a timeout. Yeah, Poca getting a timeout in before the flag comes in. The flag does fly in from the back judge, Anthony McPherson. But Poca does get one of its 2 final timeouts in before the play clock expires. So 2:23 left to go in the game. We'll stay here with you as the Dots lead by 5 here in their final home game of the regular season. Up next for Poca will be 2 road contests at Herbert Hoover next week, a matchup that a lot of people around the state are going to have eyes on next week there at Herbert Hoover. And then the Dots will travel to take on the Wayne Pioneers on November 5th for the season finale. For the playoffs start the following week. Scott, after this matchup with the Dots, gets set for a 7:30 matchup next week, another Cardinal Conference game against the Winfield Generals, and then we'll close it out on the road at the Nitro Wildcats on November 5th. But still got to worry about this final 2:23 here tonight in Week 9 against the Scott Skyhawks in the 1-9 matchup. And the Skyhawks jump off side, push the center back on his backside, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty against Scott. Not the direction you want to head if you're the Skyhawks defense. So 1st and 5 upcoming for Poca. Student section firing up the Dots on the near side. Great job by both these student sections here tonight. We haven't really talked about it this evening, but a nice showing from Scott as Woodward Jones takes a toss sweep on 1st and 5. He'll have the first down as he should be near the first down at least. Needed to get over into Skyhawk territory at the 49 to pick up the first down. They're going to spot him at midfield, so he's just a yard shy. 2 minutes now inside of it left here in this game. And the Dots obviously going to be in no hurry at all to run a play. Going to take their time milking this clock away. And Scott has 2 timeouts left. Surprised that Skyhawks haven't reached into that pocket to burn one of them at least and try and preserve some more time. Under 10 seconds on the play clock as the Dots come to the line of scrimmage. Wolf, quarterback keeper, right up the middle, and he'll have the first down, but we have a flag coming in from the backside. This one came in from the referee, Fred McPherson.
A sideline warning, I believe. Is that what's happening?
An illegal shift, I think, maybe? Said it was on Andrew Young, who's out on the field, so.
Either way, it looks like a 5-yard variety.
Yeah, it's back to the. It should be back to 45 since the ball was at the 50, but they only moved it back 4.5 yards. So 2nd and 5.5, we'll call it, for Poca. Wolf keeps it himself, and he'll be tripped up around the first down marker. And now I believe the Skyhawks going to take one of those timeouts, and yes, they do. 1:07 to go in the ball game. Scott takes one timeout, and they'll have one more remaining. Go ahead and mention our fantastic sponsors one more time. Walker Chevrolet, our game sponsor for tonight. Gene and Ryan Walker treating you like family, where they're making friends one deal at a time. Adelphia Sports Bar and Grill. West Virginia Coal Association, we keep the lights on. Stevens Auto Center. Martin Transport, they're looking for drivers. Poca Valley Bank. Selengo Law. Army Recruiting of West Virginia. Parmar Stores. Dutch Miller Charleston. Thomas Health. And Frontier Communications for our Frontier Communications studio, our RSN and HD Media broadcasts this evening. And we've got 1:07 left before we will pick our Chick-fil-A Southridge player of the game. Still just too close to decide this one just yet. 3rd and 1 for the Dots. Wolf under center, more than likely going to keep it himself. Yes, he will. Stove for a second, but second effort, and that should push him ahead for the first down based off of that second effort. We'll see where they ultimately spot the ball, though. We're going to stop the clock with exactly 1 minute left to go here in this fourth quarter. And based on the spot, they're going to take a look over at the chains for a second time. Still no signal just yet. Scott did take the timeout. Well, as of right now, the way the chains are, it's showing 4th down. So they're going to say he did not pick up that first down. I thought surely after he had run into the back of his center and stopped for a second, that extra effort got him forward enough for the first down. But
yeah, unless they stopped his forward progress before we did.
Well, and now they're finally getting ready to bring the chains. I was going to say they hadn't brought anybody over yet, and I was wondering when they were going to do it because this looks awfully close to not bring the chains over.
And yep,
based on the spot, yeah, he's about a football length short of the first down according to that spot. So can the Scott defense hold one more time? 4th and inches, really. Wolf lines up under center. Minute to go.
Oh.
And a man jumps offside. Chaz Grady, the left tackle, the senior, couldn't hold his water on 4th and short. And now it'll be 4th and a long 5. And now this changes the play calling here, Will. 4th and a long 5 with a minute to go here at midfield.
While it probably does change play calling, I still do expect it to stay with Wolf. I mean, Wolf's running has been so effective so far in this game, really from the first quarter to now. Those off-tackle runs especially. So you're right, definitely does change the call, but we had been seeing on these short ones, Wolf just quarterback keeper. Might be a little more elaborate of a quarterback keeper right here. Or, of course, look for your big target, Toby Payne, out there, who I believe is lining up on the far side.
Yeah, Payne going to split out wide with Christian LaRose.
Oh, but they're punting.
They're going to punt it away, though, or at least showing punt with throw. Takes the long snap, gets the kick away, and it's caught at the 20. Bringing it up on that far side is Brinegar. Puts a stiff arm on Woodward Jones, and he bounces out of bounds over on the far side of the field. Great job by Brinegar, making a nice return for the Skyhawks. And Scott's going to get one final crack at trying to win this game. 50 seconds to go. Skyhawks with the football.
They've already had scoring plays at 67, 45. Plenty of firepower here for Scott to try to get this last bit of the field, or long bit of the field in a little bit of time.
69 yards to go for the Skyhawks offense to try and score.
Brannigan and Stone have been the two leading the way in receiving, although it was Bush who had that 67-yarder.
50 seconds to go in regulation. Skyhawks trail by 5 on the road in this Cardinal Conference matchup between number 9 and number 1 in week number 9. Correction, it'll be 70 yards to go. They've spotted it at the 30 instead of the 31. It's just in front of the 30, but it'll be 70 yards officially for them to go down and score. Fry takes a shotgun snap, throws it over to the far side to Stone, and it's complete for a first down, and he gets out of bounds.
Stone now over 100 yards receiving, now 111 yards receiving for Stone.
Just 4 seconds come off of that clock as the Skyhawks pick up a first down. Ball at the 42, a 12-yard pickup there. 1st and 10 with 46 seconds to go. Fry drops back to pass again. Pump fakes, steps out of the pocket to his left, floats one a little high in the air. This one a duck, and it's incomplete. Had 2 players vying for the football from the Dots defense. Wolf and Woodward Jones were in the vicinity, and they knocked it away from each other in effect. Pass was intended down that far sideline for Stone.
Well, and then Stone basically just tried to run into all of them to try to do something about it, because that was a well overthrown ball, but luckily for Scott, it falls instantly to the turf, and what could have easily been an interception that would have sealed this game.
39 seconds left. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Fry in the shotgun, drops back to pass, surveys the field, throws it across the middle to Brinegar, but he's got to get out of bounds. High steps the defender, and he's slung down by the shoulder pads out of bounds. We do have a flag down on that far side. I believe I hear the official on the far side mouthing the words hold. Gonna wait for the official ruling, though, from our referee, Fred McPherson, which comes here in just a moment. Well, I thought he knew what he was going to call. Now he's thinking about it again for a second just to make certain.
That is just a killer.
Yep, that's going to be a hold on Scott. Back them up now, second and long. Back to the 33-yard line. Fry takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, avoids some pressure, pointing traffic downfield, trying to buy some more time. Throw to the near side. It's caught, I believe, by Brinegar. No ruling still yet. Waiting for some help to make that call. I thought he caught it, and his feet were in bounds.
The clock's rolling anyway.
So they're still having a discussion about this. From my vantage point, I thought he hauled it in.
I mean, he was basically on his knees already when the ball got there, so.
So they're going to say that it's a catch. But just 9 seconds remain on the clock as of right now, unless they add some more time back.
I don't think they're going to do that either at this point.
Well, they might be now. Because it took them an awfully long time for them to bring that other official over.
At least 10 seconds rolled off.
That was a really long time. So they want to put 15 extra seconds back up. A huge break for the Skyhawks there. 24 seconds.
One for time for 1, maybe 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5, depending on what you can do here if you can get out of bounds.
24 seconds left, and Scott going to call a timeout. Now Seth Ramsey making his way, Poca going to call a timeout, and Seth Ramsey making his way over to talk with Fred McPherson. Again, that was a long time for them to bring over the back judge, Andy McPherson. But now this gives Scott an opportunity to talk things over. No timeouts left for the Skyhawks, and now none for the Dots with 24 seconds to go. Skyhawks 3rd and short upcoming. I'm sure you're going to be talking about a couple of plays here if you're the Skyhawks.
Scott really needs here to at least start this playoff as something medium route, because on the longer routes, Fry struggled just a little bit with his accuracy. But about medium, maybe a 15, 20-yard outer type of flag route is definitely what they're going to be looking for. If you're going to throw over the middle, it has to be on this first one.
Or it's a throw over the middle and immediately to the line of scrimmage and try to get that spike down, because, again, no timeouts left.
Yeah, I mean, if you get much farther than this, you have to be looking for the out-of-bounds every time. So that 67-yard touchdown was right down the middle. They got to try to get a chunk play here, if they're going to be in position to keep moving this ball with 24 seconds left. I mean, 3-4 good plays.
3rd and 2 on the way for Scott. 24 seconds to go here in the regulation. Ball from the Poca 49-yard line. Fry takes the snap, drops back to pass, has some time to throw, and he left the throw short. Was looking for his man, Brinegar, and that pass was just low and short. He was double coveraged. He was looking for Landon Stone.
I'm not sure Stone was even really looking back for the ball when it was thrown. I think maybe that was a longer route that you had to pull the trigger on just due to the pressure.
Well, this here, folks, is effectively the ball game. 4th and 2, 20 seconds to go. Dots lead by 5. Skyhawks trying to play spoiler in the final game of the regular season at home for Poca. Fry rolls out, throws across the middle, and it's intercepted! Pass is intercepted by Malachi Woodard-Jones, and the Dots are going to win this one 26-21. For a 3rd consecutive week, the Dots barely pull it off here at home at 00 White Stadium.
And it was just one of those games, man. Very hard fought. Scott really put everything they had into this. Bearing what could only be called a botched kneel down, which I've never seen before. Poca walks out here with one that they can really feel good about. I mean, you can see on the sideline there, they certainly do feel good about it.
Dots lining up in victory formation with 14 seconds left to go and a 5-point lead. Will, I think it's safe to say we can now name our Chick-fil-A Southridge player of the game with this one becoming official.
Oh, yeah, and for me, it's Wolf. Wolf did a fantastic job on the ground and through the air. He was responsible for all of Poca's scoring, one way or another, 3 rushing touchdowns, and had that passing touchdown to Payne there in the second quarter. 58 rushing yards on 11 carries and those 3 touchdowns, 150 yards through the air. Definitely player of the game is Jordan Wolf for Poca. Really do a fantastic job. Dual threat quarterback, helping his team out any way he can.
He now has 16 total touchdowns on the year as the quarterback for the Dots. Split right down the middle, 8 passing, 8 on the ground as he gets 3 rushing touchdowns in the win tonight as the Dots come back from a 1-point deficit at halftime, get a lone touchdown in the start of the fourth quarter, and pull off the win 26-21 over the Scott Skyhawks. So again, our Chick-fil-A Southridge player of the game is the junior quarterback, Jordan Wolf, for the Poca Dots. We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Walker Chevrolet. Gene and Ryan Walker treat you like family, where they're making friends one deal at a time. Frontier Communications Studios, the Thomas Health System, the Dutch Miller Charleston, Poca Valley Bank, Salango Law, Army Recruiting of West Virginia, Parmar Stores, Adelphia Sports Bar and Grill, the West Virginia Coal Association, we keep the lights on, Stevens Auto Center, Martin Transport, we're looking for drivers here in the middle of this trucking shortage, and as well as our Chick-fil-A Southridge player of the game, as we mentioned there, was Jordan Wolf for the Poca Dots. So, again, we are expecting to be at Scott next week for the Skyhawks and the Winfield Generals. That is a 7:30 kickoff there in Madison. So, if that changes, we'll let you know on the RSN Sports social media pages. So, be sure to give those a follow if you're not already following them. Up next for the Dots, as we mentioned, Scott's next matchup is with Winfield next week at home. The Dots will take on Herbert Hoover, and the Huskies anticipated to be undefeated coming into that matchup as well. And it should be a heck of a 1-versus-2 matchup there next week between Hoover and Poca. But Will, any final thoughts about tonight's broadcast before we wrap things up and let our viewers enjoy the rest of their Friday night?
We talked before this game about how Coach Ramsey was talking about how those close wins are certainly something that you want your team to experience because they'll have that confidence heading into those situations. Now with 3 games in a row, less than a touchdown, this Poca team has pulled it out. And as you go up against someone like Herbert Hoover, who really hasn't had as many close games, Hoover's kind of blown the doors off a lot of teams. You might want to have that experience of being in that tight game. And if that becomes a difference maker, this Poca team has that experience. Are very used to really having to fight for that win. So, that'd be a great game between Poca and Herbert Hoover next week. And, we'll see if these contrasting styles and see if the way that this Poca team has had to grind out these wins can help them in a expected 1v2 game.
So once again, your final score from here at O.O. White Stadium in Poca, West Virginia. The Dots victorious 26-21 over the Scott Skyhawks. That'll do it for us here on High School Game Day on the RSN Sports Network, powered by HD Media. Thanks for joining us this Friday evening. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night and your weekend, and have a great rest of your high school football season as we join you next week.
Walker Chevrolet and Nitro wants to buy your used vehicle. That's right. Walker Chevrolet is standing by to give you top dollar and wants to buy your vehicle today. Whether you drive a car, truck, or an SUV, the better the make and model, the more Walker Chevrolet is going to give you for your car. The reason is simple. They need inventory and they need it now. Walker Chevrolet has already purchased more than 300 used vehicles from our friends and neighbors across the Kanawha Valley. And yours could be next. And before you think this is some kind of a gimmick, don't forget that Gene and Ryan have built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There's no games here, just honest, fair deals. So if you've got a vehicle that you'd like to sell, bring it to Walker Chevrolet in the shadow of the Interstate Bridge in Nitro and ask for John Rogers, Scott Linville, or Frank McClung. They're going to take real good care of you, and they're going to give you top dollar for your vehicle. And if you're looking for that hard-to-find truck, there's a good chance it's on the lot right now at Walker as well. Walker Chevrolet and Nitro is standing by to purchase your vehicle today, just off the Nitro exit of I-64. Walker Chevrolet, making friends, one deal at a time.
Joan, your internet service is horribly slow and terribly unreliable.
Yes, Joan. It's time to make a change.
But don't worry, there's Frontier fiber optic internet. It has 25 times faster upload speeds than cable.
Woo! And you can use all your devices at the same time.
And look at weird stuff like me all night long.
Wow, that is really weird.
All night long.
That's right, Joan.
We all agreed.
See the light. Switch to fiber. Frontier fiber optic internet.
We know who we are, where we've been, where we're going. Like hospitals all over America, we are changing, redefining, restructuring ourselves to be the best community health system in the region we serve. We are 2 hospitals with more than 30 locations, 450 providers, and one mission: to heal. As one, we are Thomas Health, caring for our communities today and tomorrow.
Looking for a friendly bank that you can turn to in your community? Bank where the decisions on your needs are made locally. With online banking and 7 locations. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter.
People keep asking me how Todd Judy Ford has the best selection of vehicles at a time of national shortage.
The secret is our 130% of Kelly Blue Book for your trade-in.
Everyone wants to trade the car with us and get more money.
And now we're making it even better.
We will beat any other dealer's trade offer by $1,000 guaranteed.
If we can't beat it, we'll just give you the cash.
So bring in that car, upgrade your vehicle, and get top dollar for your trade-in now.
Just go to ToddJudyFord.com and see for yourself.
The relationship between a lawyer and a client is based on trust. You have to make certain that the lawyer you hire has your best interests at heart. We typically meet our clients at the worst times of their lives, and it's our job to help them. Over the years, we've been entrusted with some of the biggest cases in West Virginia. That's because we have a track record of success and getting exceptional results. We built a reputation as one of the go-to law firms throughout the state of West Virginia.
Joining me, high-profile lawyer Ben Salango. Ben, it's a real honor to have you on.
In fact, many of our cases come from other lawyers. Lawyers who've worked with us, lawyers who've worked against us, and even those who've merely heard of our results. We're proud of the reputation we've earned in the community for providing exceptional, aggressive legal representation. When you hire my law firm, you don't get excuses, you get results.
What started as the Parmar Oil Company in 1967 has grown into 116 convenience stores in 4 states. Parmar convenience stores offer monthly product specials and grab-and-go items. Located just down the street from where you live, Parmar stores are all about being your above-par convenience store. If you don't have a Parmar store near you now, you will soon. Parmar Convenience Stores, neighbors serving your community and making life a little bit easier every day.
In the history of Dutch Miller Jeep, there has never been a better time to trade in your car. Because of major supply chain disruptions, your vehicle is worth more than it ever has been. Even if you're not looking to trade in your car, we're interested in buying your vehicle at up to 30% above fair market value. We have customers trading in their vehicles that are getting more now than they paid for it. Learn more and text or chat now at DutchMillerJeep.com.
Come in today for the Make This the Summer event and get friends and family pricing for everyone.